Okay, some people say, which public we are already on holiday. 30th of April, the beauty of it, I said if I have a trumpet or a sax or something. Today is International Jazz Day. For the lovers of jazz.
That music was supposed to suit your nerves when
something cool music, just according to Herbie Hancock, the UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, says now more than ever before, let's band together and spread the ethics of Jazz Day's global movement around the planet and use this as a golden opportunity for humankind to reconnect, especially in the midst of all this isolation and uncertainty. That's Herbie Hancock, UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, right there. Why jazz? Jazz breaks down barriers, creates opportunities for mutual understanding and tolerance. Jazz is a vector of freedom and of expression. Jazz is a symbol of unity and peace. In jazz, you don't really sing, you just play the music. So you can be Japanese, you can be Chinese. And anybody and everybody can identify with jazz. Jazz reduces tensions, just like you rightly mentioned. Between individuals, between groups and communities. Jazz fosters gender equality. Jazz reinforces the role you play for social challenge. Jazz encourages artistic innovation. Wish I can just play, but there's not much time, Today is International Jazz Day, the 30th day, last day in the month of April, year 2020. Once again, you are welcome. Of course, yes, you are listening to Oluyole 98.5 FM, and of course, it's the conversation with Dayo Antola. We'll do newspaper review. We're broadcasting live to you from wherever you're listening on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. We're live in the studio of Oluyole 98.5 FM. For those who are streaming, our online audience, we're live on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM. We're also live on Twitter at Oluyole FM. We're live on Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM. And for those who might prefer Radio Garden, yes, we're live there. Just search for Oluyole FM. There's only one all over the world. Okay, we're also on mixer.com/Oluyole FM. In due course, we will open the phone lines for your distinguished listeners to join the conversation, and of course, your contributions on our social media platforms, feedback channel will also be encouraged. Go ahead and do that. Straight to the newspapers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
Yes, and I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
Federal government directs banks, government offices, firms to reopen on Monday. Schools remain shut. Public transport to operate 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Kano must accept medical autopsy results, says presidency. Ban on interstate movement, not enough to curb COVID-19, NMA. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper.
Now, banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune this morning: how banks or government offices will operate from Monday as federal government, those are riders, as federal government releases guidelines to ease lockdown, economy to reopen within 6 weeks, and schools to remain closed. All this on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Debt servicing may go up 75% government revenue by 2024.
Wow.
Page 23 of the Punch newspaper. Wow.
Well, still on the economy, page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. CBN resumes dollar sales for SME school fees. That's as Naira falls to 450. As Naira falls to 450 Naira, and federal government disburses 43.41 billion grant to 24 eligible states. You want to know what that's all about?
Federal government to cut agencies, reduce governance cost. Minister, I can see the picture of Ajia Ahmed right there, Minister of Finance. Federal government to cut agencies, reduce governance cost. Minister. Details on page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
No COVID-19 case in Kogi, Ebelu insist on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Is he tested?
We'll get to know why
the people have been tested.
The government is that confident. For a government to have come out confident.
The Burundi style. There's no test, there's no confirmation. Well, we wish him all the very best. Okay. Controversy over atheist arrested for blaspheming prophet. Well, that's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Some religious angle there.
All right. COVID-19 Osun raises alarm as Zamfara indigents sneak into state, deploys Amotekun at borders and mining sites.
And you repatriate them. Before they come and cause trouble. How did they even get there from Zamfara?
I actually am beginning to see this beyond COVID-19. You know, Zamfara has been ravaged by bandits.
Definitely.
This could be the bandits running away from the heat of the security agencies. So
it's a good one from Governor Itola right there. Better shout before they cause trouble in the state. So yes, I think that's a good one from him and government of Osun State right there. Extortion. IG deploys X squad monitoring unit in Lagos, but Accord orders. Details on page 16 of the Punch newspaper.
And there we have hope rises for Akeugba Gold's twins as abductors contact family. Page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Pray for their safe return of the twins.
At least it's good to know that the twins are still are very well.
We thank God. We're grateful for that. Customs reject 1,800 bags of rice returned by Oyo. Details on page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
The Tribune version of that story says drama as Oyo returns infested rice amidst customs gate closed. We have no directive to receive and export rice, says customs. Probably the state government officials must have.
No, they will drop it there now. And what's the distance between custom office and secretariat? They will just leave the truck there for them. You know, but I mean, it was the icing on the old cake anyway, if you can call it a cake, was NAFDAC denying allegations that they certified the rice for your state. I mean, I was surprised. I was awed, and in fact, I was struck when I heard the DG of NAFDAC saying no, we were not invited to certify your state rice. I said,
just told the truth.
I mean, I didn't see that coming seriously. I mean, because the Honorable Minister for Humanitarian, you know, and disaster reduction was like, no, all our rice was certified. But then if you ask me, I think we've had enough about this rice thing. After all, I don't know if they shared Tola. Me, I did not. So let's just stop talking about what we did not get.
You probably won't get the rice now because it's for the poorest of the poor. It's for the very vulnerable.
So how did you calculate that I don't belong?
Okay. You definitely do that.
Okay, enough of the rice. It has been returned, whether they accept or not. Let's leave that one for the people involved to. Seriously, if you ask me, I don't even want to be talking about things like this. When they bring it and it's getting shared, we would like to talk about that. When the state government decides to start sharing palliatives, let's talk about that one. Not this gas boost.
Nobody should just do the needful and replace the rice. What does it?
I think it's one of the customs things now, but let's get our palliative. We'll talk about the sharing formula. You know, at that point, this one we can't share it, so we'll leave that one for the manufacturers. Governors in talks to reopen short factories. I think this is good. We need to get back to producing.
That's a good one.
Jobs at stake. Families are waiting. Yes, details on page 23 of the Punch newspaper. Manufacturers, governments, or is it governors now, in talks to reopen short factories.
Now, coming from Lagos State, Governor Sanwo-Olu announcing certain measures to ease COVID-19 lockdown. He says Okada operations across Lagos suspended. Levels 1 to 12 to work from home. That's talking about civil servants. Companies to operate between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. with only 60% of staff. Open market stores to open daily from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on selected days. Malls to maintain 60% occupancy capacity. Eateries, restaurants to open daily from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. only for takeout. School space of worship remain closed. Entertainment centers remain closed. Those are the new measures.
I think it's a brilliant idea. The Governors Forum had these things and they suggested, which our governors had to quickly implement. You remember the level 13 upwards, and all that. It's a better way out. People just have to get back to work. That's the truth.
Well, I just hope it doesn't return to life as usual gradually.
That's my fear, actually. I won't lie. Anybody who want to ask questions that how well can we, manage this and not to run into trouble?
Because these measures to me look like 70% of normal life has
coming back,
and gradually people will begin to implement the remaining 30%, which we are trying to avoid in the effort to curb the spread of it.
It's in our hands anyway. I mean, how well we can obey the basic, hygiene, social distancing, face mask where possible. These are basics. If we can actually, abide by these things, we'll be fine. Okay, so yes, government has done their part across board, federal, state. It's now in our hands if we want this thing to continue to spread or not.
I see something here coming from a revered traditional ruler about solution to combat coronavirus will be ready soon. And guess who? The Ode of Ife.
He has been talking about it, though. It's just that they've not been giving him attention. He's been saying it that, just after he went to consult his, the gods, and all that, he came out and said, there's a solution for this thing. Time past when things like this happen, and of course, if you ask the Madagascans, these guys have been coming out with solutions. And seriously, I think it's working for them. That's one country with no debt.
But the president of Madagascar now, I think WHO now was so quick to say that it hasn't been verified and all that. But
they've not
have they really made any attempt to actually be in touch with the Madagascans to actually look at
even if they did, the scientific process will take months. So that's it. And you don't expect WHO to just adopt. That's the truth. They will not just adopt like that. They have to go through the process. That's science for you. It must be proven, disproven, proven, tested, and all that. So I wouldn't expect them to just take it hook, line, and sinker. But if it is working, I beg, let's take it. And WHO, yes, they'll be fine. If something is working, I think we should go ahead, and just try it out. You lose nothing. If you go ahead and try that out. Of course, a lot of people are coming out with different solutions, different about this. I've seen like 2 or 3 different plans now that people have been mentioning. Just don't go and hold D on this. Don't go and overdose, because that's the challenge of herbal things. People don't really know the dosage.
Yeah, and there's something here that says Nigerians talking about black seed oil, COVID-19. Why are Nigerians talking about black seed oil?
I hope it's not our governor that started it. You remember that time when he went on here and somebody was asking him, okay, what are the things? Yeah, it's not impossible that one will connect it.
And I think Dr. Sheibakile was trying to kind of give
the things he used
a subtle hint that this is could possibly work. That was trying to at least it did for him anyway.
We have to be careful now. So I'm mentioning it now. I hope there will not be scarcity of black seed oil. Say, we are it on radio. We are not saying it is a cure.
We are not saying so.
Please put it on record. We are only reading what is in the newspaper. That's there's a write-up on why people are talking about it. That is not in any way. We are not enough dark.
I don't say that you are told have recommended.
We did not. It's on record now. Write it down. At 6:46 a.m. We did not say so. Okay. Please don't go and take what is not. They said we should be drinking it. If you drink or eat anything, go to the testing center. Go and test. If there's a need, they'll take you to the isolation center. If you test positive, they'll manage it. Please, let's follow the rules to the letter. But much more importantly, as we have always been saying, wash your hands, maintain physical distancing, and much more importantly, if you don't have anywhere, this is not the time to go and be prognosing or doing shotocho. Stay at home. Stay at home. That's the most important thing. Sanwo-Olu suspends Okada. Lagos tests 1.5 million households. Lockdown, 65 arrested in Lagos hotel at birthday party. You two say birthday party in this thing
in Lagos.
Lagos, oh. God grant some people sense. Details on page 4 and 5. Lockdown, 65 arrested in Lagos hotel at birthday party. They should shut down the hotel too.
We have 300 people awaiting COVID-19 test results in Oyo. That's coming from the head of the COVID-19.
I think the test kit issue too has affected Oyo State.
Too.
So if there's a way possible, reach out to NCDC. I know the NCDC DG sometimes last week too shouted and said we need so. So I think at this point it's not it's not a crime to ask for help when you need it. The necessary people should just post it out there. We need this. We need people to supply it. The privileged Nigerians they've done so much, and we really give kudos to all those who have contributed them to this war against COVID-19. But then more still needs to be done. Definitely, more should be done. We can't stop asking for more here.
Our country is calling out now. The nation is calling out to Nigerians who have the wherewithal to do these things, and I believe Nigerians will respond.
I saw a particular headline, Donald Trump saying we have more cases because we test more. I mean, COVID-19 now. We are recording more cases in the US because we are testing more, and I think that's valid. The more you test, the more you know people who actually have it. If you are not testing enough, be like, sorry. I didn't say anything. Just test more. Or your state needs to test more. Nigeria as a country needs to test more. That's how we can be very sure that some people are not just carrying it around and spreading it, even though they are asymptomatic. So they won't know. They are not coughing, they are not sneezing, and all that. They don't have breathing problems. Whereas some people might have underlying health conditions, might catch it from them, and then it becomes trouble. So let's test more.
We'll get to know where Governor Bello's confidence is coming from.
I'm alone. All right. Okay, COVID-19 update, as we always give you every morning. Confirmed cases in Nigeria today, 1,728. 3 of that 1,728, 307 have been discharged. Deaths, 51. And states, Lagos has the highest, almost 1,000 now from Lagos alone. 931 from Lagos State alone. The Federal Capital Territory comes at a distant second, 159 cases. Kano is not smiling at all. Kano is closely behind FCT with 139. Osun with 34, Oyo with 21, Edo 37, Ogun 50, Kwara 11, Katsina 40, Bauchi 29, Kaduna 32, Akwa Ibom 12, Delta 7, Ekiti 8, Ondo 8, Enugu 3, Rivers 7, Niger 2, Benue, Anambra 1 each, Borno State, wow, I hope it's not this IDP thing, 58. Jigawa 7, Plateau, Bayelsa, Kebbi, Yobe 1 apiece, Zamfara 4, Abia 2, Gombe 65, Sokoto 27, Adamawa 2, Taraba 8, Ebonyi 2, Imo and Nasarawa 1 each. So that's a COVID-19 update for Nigeria. Across the world, we have 3,208,509 confirmed cases globally, and global death counts as at when this newspaper was published was 227,549 souls claimed by COVID-19. Wow. May God help us put an end to this pandemic.
A big amen to that. And 195 new COVID-19 cases, a wake-up call to all. That's coming from the Minister of Health. And we also have this one: maritime workers vow to withdraw services if COVID-19 spreads at seaports.
But I think NCDC should most likely have a makeshift maybe testing center there people are arriving, you can quickly, do something. So that, and why did I say makeshift? No, I think Ogun State now has a mobile testing center, so that the turnaround for, the testing period will be faster. It's not that they are taking it somewhere to go and test. I think such a thing should be in our ports, such that as people are arriving on any vessel or whatever, you test them immediately, limit them from joining people on the ground, and, few hours you have their test. Those that quickly move them in, because there might not be facility for quarantine in such an area.
I know much of your attention has been on the airports now. I'm seeing this.
People are arriving via seaports. Containers are still arriving. There's no limits. There's no limitation. There's no there's no lockdown in our seaports. The seaports are working full time, and all that. So yes, there must be some precautionary measures at our seaports. Very, very important. All the seaports in Nigeria. Precautionary measures is a no-brainer right now. No-brainer. Fayemi suspends aid for trivializing anti-COVID-19 measure. Oh, I remember this story where the father was telling the son, Oluyole, where are you coming from? Say, I just traveled. You cannot enter this house. And so I think his staff or a task force member of Ekiti State was now recording and making jest of them, their sea father and so on. You are supposed to intervene. The man is right. Where do they know that the boy is coming from? Maybe Lagos. I can't say right now, but I think the man was right. You can't enter my house until you go and quarantine first. Let them test you and be sure before you come and cobalize the whole house. I think it was the right step. And then the state government has said that, Mr. Man, you are the one that is wrong. You, our staff, we are making jest of them.
We're making jest of them.
So yes, I think Governor Fayemi did the right thing right there.
It's what happens when people really don't understand the import of their calling at a particular point in time.
I mean, member of the task force, you should know better now. You should know better. You have a story there.
Oh, well, that's coming from the foreign scene, and Boris Johnson welcomes a new baby.
Hey, our prime minister. That's the prime baby. God. Yeah. I just remember when he was in that ICU battling with COVID-19. I know the wife will be saying, hey. You will see your baby.
His fiancé actually. They said the PM actually got a divorce.
Yes. He has a 21-year-old daughter too. Yeah. But I'm happy for him actually. I'm so happy for him. A brand new baby, prime baby.
Prime baby.
Congratulations to Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his fiancé. To welcome a brand new baby boy.
From this picture, they look very happy.
They must be happy. You are baratintin. Congratulations, Mr. Prime Minister, as you fight COVID-19 and welcome a brand new baby. Wish him all the very best. Going to the sports scene right now, page 31 of the Punch newspaper. COVID-19, Paulo Dybala has tested positive for the 4th time. It is well. Receive healing, Dybala. We like you. You play well. Oh yeah. The next time you are testing, you'll be testing negative. Details of that on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. Some lecturers making life difficult for athletes. Adekuroye. Okay. Since Nigerian wrestler Adekuroye admits it's difficult combining sports and education. Lecturers now easy. Those are the Messi and the whatever of tomorrow. Make life easy for them. Sarri forced me out of Chelsea. I know. A Nigerian player right there saying the Chelsea coach forced him out of the team. Adedoyin High's return to European football. Up and coming defender Timisiri Adedoyin says he too wants to play in Europe. Nigerians Onwura Achua early candidates for NBA draft. Oh yeah, the National Basketball Association, the US, already picking some people, and some Nigerians on the line to be picked for the NBA. Wish them all the very best. NFF should invest FIFA COVID-19 money. Okay, some money is coming. We pray they use it well and not just pocket it. Trabzonspor field, raw backs Mikel. That's it. That's what you do. You back your man. That's the sports angle of the Punch newspaper. We'll take a couple of stories before we open the phone line. Time check 6:56 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. I think, if you ask me, one very important story right here is a directive given by federal government that from Monday, banks, offices, firms can reopen. And that's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. The Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has directed government offices, banks, and manufacturing companies to reopen on Monday. The chairman of the PTF, Boss Mustafa, that's Secretary to the Federation, the coordinator, Dr. Sani Aliyu, stated this at the media briefing of the group on Wednesday in Abuja, where they gave guidelines for the gradual reopening of the economy. According to them, banks will start operating as of Monday, but will only open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and must adhere to social distancing measures. They also stated that people in public places must use face masks, adding that schools would remain closed and social parties should not be held. The PDF members disclosed that public buses would only be allowed to operate from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that drivers must maintain social distancing in terms of number of their passengers. They said employers now must provide face masks and thermometers besides maintaining social distancing in their premises. Federal government directs banks, government offices, firms to reopen Monday. Businesses' premises must be fumigated, mass gathering of over 20 people outside workplaces prohibited, temperature check in public places, public transport to operate from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Details of that on the second page of the Punch newspaper.
Like we said when we took that story as a headline, the major concern there is the possibility of Nigerians abusing this window of opportunity to revamp.
For our own good, we better not abuse it. For our own good.
But just how stringent should the enforcement be?
I think that's the next thing. Now, government must look out for ways by which they ensure that people are forced. Nigerians can be very funny. And we know ourselves.
Enforcement versus violation of human rights.
Yeah, of course. That does not mean you should violate human rights. There are ways of somebody is violating, just arrest them now. Make them sit on football field. There's different ways. I saw a style in, was it Lagos? They caught some girls in some places. Okay, so they didn't handcuff them, they just carried all of them. They now put one Black Maria that they used to carry prisoners, from prison to court. They parked it in a place. So they told them to be filing and be entering the Black Maria. Go and sit down there, spend some minutes, and then you come out, so that you know what it looks like to be a criminal. I'm sure by the time some of them come out, their life will never be the same again.
But that again, what about social distancing?
No, they were fighting in. They didn't cramp them together. They were taking turns. Go and sit down inside Black Maria. Know that you are a criminal for this moment. Next time what you want to do is such a thing, you will remember your moment in the Black Maria. I mean, there are different ways, of meting out punishment and not directly inflicting, wounds on anybody. I think the Nigerian police also needs to begin to look at things like this. But if you ask me, just like I think we agree there, enforcement is key in ensuring that we don't allow this virus blow up. Should we get back to work, I think Oladayo Gboyega is in support. Our economy is too fragile. We cannot compare ourselves with UK or the US. We can't. That's the truth. We don't have that buffer. There's no buffer anywhere. We just have to be careful. And permit me, I think because of time, it's 7 a.m. already, we need to talk about our debt burden. You'll be my analyst today, so let me take this story. Debt servicing may go up 75% government revenue by 2024. That means all the money we make in that year. If we continue borrowing the way we are borrowing now, 75% of all the money that Nigeria will make in 2024 will be used to service debt if we are not careful. If we are not careful. I think we need to note that word. And the story goes thus. A report published by the World Bank has projected that debt servicing will take up about 75% of federal government revenue by 2024. The report, entitled State Debt Management in Nigeria, Challenges and Lessons Learned, dated April 1, 2020, highlighted institutional and capacity challenges in state debt management in the context of Nigerian fiscal federalism system. The report was part of a series produced by the Macroeconomics Trade and Investment Global Practice of the World Bank, led by Lydia Razlog, Yuli Yingli, and Jamie Bozo. It noted that the findings, interpretations, and conclusions expressed in the series were those of the authors and should not be attributed to the World Bank. Highlighting national and state-level debt dynamics in Nigeria, the report observed that interest on loans amounted to 60% of federal government's revenue by 2018. Latest figures released by the Debt Management Office indicate that the federal government and the 36 states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, owed a total of 27.4 trillion naira as of December 2019. Also, data from the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria indicated that Nigeria spent $1.12 billion on external debt service payments in just 10 months between January and October 2019. The report, which was obtained by a correspondent on Wednesday, disclosed that Nigeria's public debt to GDP ratio had increased significantly in recent years. Debt servicing may go up 75% of government revenue by 2024, reports.
And, well, things may not be altogether that bad regarding this debt issue if, like we have always said, if and only if these debts are well used. Now, there's this one here that says the federal government disburses 3.416 billion grant to 24 eligible states. Now, what has been those states eligible? It says based on the performance-based grant component of the World Bank Assisted States Fiscal Transparency, Accountability, and Sustainability Program for results. That is, the states became eligible. Oyo is among them. So in case you are thinking.
Yeah, I know. I think I've seen that story. We're eligible. I mean, just in transparency now, they manage their money in spending and all that.
So that is what has made them eligible to take more. And if only these world financial institutions will all adopt the system when it comes to loans as well. I mean, there should be a means of monitoring. I think one of our callers said so yesterday, a means of monitoring that what have you done with these loans to make you eligible for more. Because even individuals now, most of the time there is hardly any way you would get by. Not in Nigeria alone, in all parts of the world, without loans. People actually live on loans, people actually thrive on loans, and it depends on what you are able to make of it. So, well, debt servicing got in, what's about, what that percentage? 70%.
75%
of our economy. Well,
but let's think like a salary earner here. You are collecting 100,000. You went to put yourself inside one debt that all you do, to a very large extent, little project, share the money. And they told you that 3 years down the line, that your 100,000 will be collecting 75,000, which means your take home will be what? 25,000 naira. Will that cover your, let's use local terms, bukata?
Depending on what you have done with the money.
We see what we do with money in Nigeria now. You know, you do small project, you share the rest.
Loans are supposed to yield.
But we know what we do. You just mentioned an amount that was shared here. Okay? For example, I think I must make it clear here before some people throw stones at me. I'm not against borrowing. But what have we been doing with it? Have we been doing projects that would generate money? Have we? Not trying to downgrade any project here. The Abuja to Kaduna Railway. The Abuja to the Kaduna Railway has been working now for a couple of years. How much has it generated?
And you know, infrastructure actually by now are things we should be taking for granted by now. We should have moved them.
We shouldn't be talking about things like that right now.
So actually those loans should not still be going into infrastructure by now. Fine, roads will enhance better business transactions. We're talking about the railway, but definitely we should have gotten past those points, and we should be talking about development of the real sector now. We're talking about development of big business organizations, talking about job creation, and it's infrastructure that will actually give rise to all these. And, well, COVID-19 is here with us now, and definitely all these things have been stalled, at least for now. So, where do we go from here, Dayo?
Well, if you ask me, where I go ask? A friend of mine will say that if you're asking me now, who will I ask? Well, maybe when we open the phone lines, distinguished listeners might have, something to say about that. Time check, 7:06 a.m. Destination time, 7:30 a.m. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola, coming to you live from the stables of Oluyole, 98.5 FM. The phone lines are open, 08055009850. The calls are already coming in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Oh, Mr. Falodun, nice to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir. The problem we have with this country is that we lack discipline. That's the problem. The way we are relaxing this lockdown, we have to be very careful. And see what people want to say. Because people are arrested doing parties.
They want to do birthday parties.
Nigeria, you need to use this carrot. That's the way they can win Nigeria. I'm not saying that our president or our government should be like you. But we need to keep it. It's very good for the organization to get better things. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Falodun. I mean, he just spoke the whole truth. It has not been relaxed. 65 people want to gather themselves in one doing party.
Well, maybe they thought the place was Eden and
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. T and Mr. D, how you doing?
Mr. Michael. Morning.
Yeah,
Michael
this is Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm so happy about today's day, Jazz Day. Please
Jazz.
do well if you can get Chico Rico, Kenny G. Please do well to play any of those great jazz for me.
Okay.
That's a fun
Now, concerning the depth of a thing, the most annoying thing, like I did say sometime in this same program, if you look at the present government, they are so vindictive, like I talked about those from the Southeast the other day. There's a loan they got, and they rolled out that Southeast has no part in it. And I did say in this program, that doesn't mean at the time of payment, those from the Southeast will not be part of it. And the answer is no. You could see what we are saying. This government is so vindictive that everything is not and not and not, yet the entire country is going to bear the brunt when it comes to payment. Thank you. Please remember any beautiful track on jazz to play for me, because I'm a jazz man. Have a nice day.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Michael. Really appreciate that. Comments already streaming in on Facebook. At random now, not in any other. Matthew Olaleru says, good morning, Mr. Daya, Mr. Tola. You are well done. No? I'm enjoying you guys. Kill it. Okay, kill it up. Yes, so from Ilero. Okay, Matthew Olaleru from Ilero. Good morning. Thank you.
All right, good morning.
Good morning, he's Grandma.
Morning, ma.
I told you, those politicians, they exploit us in this country. Please let their accounts be checked and the rest of the money be diverted to government something, so that it can be used for this debt we are insuring. We cannot leave debt for our generation far. God bless you and bless this country. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much, ma. Really appreciate that. Back to Facebook. Tunde Falkonla. I hope I got that right. Good morning. Don't you think that Western education, Boko Haram said they don't want education? I hope I got that. So said they don't want is coming to really gradually when federal government asks banks and so on to reopen on Monday. I hope I understand what you just typed there. It does not totally.
Okay, if I get it, maybe he's trying to say that schools also should have reopened. That why just banks?
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what he's saying too. Oro Gbade William Oro tweeting from Ogbomoso, kudos to Amiibo GSF because FG is spying on his plans. Spike. Especially on this COVID-19 issue of relaxing the lockdown, because what GSM do this week, FG will copy it next week. Please, why is it that NAFDAC was not invited to certify your rice? What is our offense? I think Lagosians are doubting the reality of COVID-19. Still, parties are still going on. Oh, Buruju, God save us. The loan to be taken now is really for what? Maybe that will be able to explain. I can't do. Maybe you ask the Minister of Finance, Adja Ahmed. She should be able to give you an answer.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Adeyemi is on the line.
All right,
From
thanks.
Ogbomoso.
Nice to have you, sir.
Yeah. Well done. God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you.
I want to ask a question. Is there any difference between debt servicing and loan repayment?
Well,
I'm asking.
okay. What we know, the little I know, my little economics, is that debt servicing is the process of paying back the loan. You know, every moment when you're paying part of the loan back, you are servicing the debt. That's what it's called. You are paying it back in bits.
There is no difference. It's only we are deceiving ourselves. It's just a matter of grammar. Now we keep on borrowing. What have we been doing with this money, with the borrowing? No physical project we have been using this money for. We keep on borrowing, and our interest keep on increasing day in, day out. Look at what you said this morning. By 2024, our economy will go and crumble. Where are we headed to in this country? And we have leaders. We have economics. We have people that are knowledgeable in Nigeria. Where are we headed to, my brother? May God save us in this country. Then another one, I want to commend the efforts of our doctor, our medical doctor. They have done wonderfully, because if at this critical stage we need their services and they have squandered from these services, you know, it will not easy for us. But I want to commend their efforts. The protection of God will be upon their lives and their family members. So, and you too, the anchor of the program, the protection of God will not leave you anytime. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince. We really appreciate your call. The phone line is still open. 080-550-09850. Adiola Odewusi Ehige says, good morning, sirs. Wasn't there a plan to relieve African countries of their debt, or it doesn't include Nigeria? The list came out now. We were not there. All right. But I think some African countries were on that particular list. So it was not just about Nigeria alone.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, it's David calling from Ogbomoso.
All right, David. Good to have you.
Thank you. Yes, I surely believe that by now we need to talk more about economy recovery. Because immediately after COVID-19 now, I don't see reason why Nigeria will not face another economic recession. Because you yourself, you lay more emphasis on it. If by 2024, Nigeria will be using almost 75% of the annual budget for debt servicing, it means serious economic crisis is looming. And like my predecessor have just said, honestly, there is need for us now to put our heads together. Let's look for those that are economists in Nigeria. Let them come out now and be telling us, what do you think we can do so that we will not end up in this serious economic crisis again? Because by the time it is very difficult for some state governors to pay salary, whatever, it will bring another round of crisis. That is a workers' strike here and there. And this country must not die.
It can't die.
God will save us in Nigeria.
Amen.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Well, I think, in all fairness to the federal government, there's an economic advisory council, and there's another economic committee being chaired by the vice president. They've been meeting, you know.
Yes, there are robust plans, but the thing is that these plans should just work.
So
it shouldn't be just the same old rhetoric.
Exactly.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, I'm Kayode from Kwara State.
Okay, all the way from Kwara State.
I heaved a sigh of relief when you inform us that the abductors of Akilba Gold had contacted the parents on phone. The psychological state of the parents, especially the mother, can be better imagined prior to the phone contact. I strongly believe that the kidnappers will demand ransom. However, they should please not harm the twins. Given the circumstances of the above, the babies came 12 years after the marriage. I pray that the twins get to their parents safe and sound, and very, very soon too.
Amen.
Then apart from that, sir, about Nigerian health problem, there are some things that will save us. We should save agriculture and plant crops that are of comparative advantage for us. Then we should not neglect solid minerals. The industrialization, especially at the electricity and good network of railways. So all these things we see up through in this economy. Thank you very much, my brothers.
All right, thank you so much. All the way from Ofa, Kwara State. I think Grandma's team is becoming. Okay. All right, the phone line is still open. Adiola Sunday on Facebook says, "Good morning, Tola and Dayo. But federal government said foreign rice are not good. Why are they giving it out to people? Where is our homegrown rice?" Comrade Adiola Sunday. Well, I think that statement was credited to the customs DG Colonel Ali, who said they are fake. Some of them are plastic and all that.
And honestly, one question I've always asked myself, I think by now the efforts made in the production of local rice, I think by now we ought to have enough local rice to be able to take care of times like this. At least to the extent that even the government was telling us at that time that some unscrupulous farmers, that there was so much local rice and some farmers were actually exporting it to other countries. So if we have produced that much and the rice is good, why this recourse to foreign rice and the controversies?
I think the answer is simple. The seized rice is free. They are not paying a dime for it. So it's yours. Okay, you have it locked somewhere. Release it for people to eat. I think, just my opinion, but I think that's just it. They won't be paying a dime. It's just a matter of logistics. Get it to the necessary people at the right time.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Martin from Oluyole.
Okay.
I actually want to wonder, why is it that every government in Nigeria must borrow? Our borrowing habit started as old as independence. Every sovereign government must always borrow. I'm dreaming a government will be in place and we're thinking what? Have financial resources, convert the money to infrastructure and development, and do away with, because this borrowing is enslaving us to our borrowers. The Paris Club, this, world leaders, they want to go to Africa so Africa can forever be under their order. I'm just hoping that going forward, those who want to contest to lead us, part of what we should be asking them, that what will you do to reduce borrowing? Can you look inward? Do you have what it takes, the capacity to develop Nigeria with what we have? We have a lot of resources that can make us even a country that can borrow to other countries. Go help us.
All right. I think in all fairness, just a little bit of history, don't mind me. We had a president who actually paid off debts instead of borrowing so much on our necks. President Olusegun Obasanjo is on record.
We had the military head of state that once said money is not Nigeria's problem, but how to spend it.
So, I mean, we've had our good times, actually. We've really had our good times.
I know the international finance institutions perpetually say that we Nigerians too, we often fail to hold our leaders to question, to hold them to account over the things. So I'm saying this because the caller is saying that the international finance institutions want to keep Africa perpetually under them. They are also telling us that as a people that we have refused to call our leaders to question, to hold them to account.
That's our job, that's not their job.
And they will tell you that if your government is corrupt and you refuse to call them to order, that it is not their fault. I'm not disagreeing with what you are saying anyway, that they want to manipulate our economy and all that. That could be true.
Whatever is good for them, they will do now.
And they cannot do it without our own complicity, without our own compromise.
Exactly. All right, let me quickly go back to Facebook. Engineer TJ says good morning. Okay. Paul Oluyole, good morning. Oyeboade Oyewole says great. Okay, thank you. Oladimeji Manuel Oyewale says good morning, sir. No corona in Kogi. Emurasi. Oluwafumbi Likolo says good morning, guys. Well done. Agbomojo Owulewa says from Ogbomosho, good morning to you, sir. Mr. Dayo and Tola. Yes, please reopen shut down factory. Okay, let's go back to business. Money don't finish in account. You need to see the all right, we understand. Bolanle Areo, well done, guys. The phone line still open. 08055009850. If you want to tweet, please use the hashtag conversation. Whatever you are typing, make sure you had the hashtag conversation. Hashtag conversation. I promise to pick it up. Tweet at Oluyole FM and put the hashtag conversation. I hope I can get a Kenny G for the person requested, so that we are leaving today. It's World Jazz Day. We should be able to get you something. If I can't, I might not be a Kenny G fan, but I do Yanni. So if I can't get you Kenny G, I'll give you the Yanni I have. What I have, I give. Phone line is still open. 08055009850 is World Jazz Day. I'm still waiting for one other jazz fan to let us know their opinions. Back to Facebook before we pick the phone lines. The phone call, you can still send your call in 08055009850. Prince Adelowo Kayode Emmanuel says, good morning, sirs. Okay, thank you very much. And Abiola Moses is saying, I would like to ask if the Akufo farm is available for young farmers. Well, that's the state government. A question to the state government. I'm sure they will really more than ever be willing to answer that question.
Definitely, they will be targeting young people.
Definitely. Okay, let's quickly go back to the phone lines.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, this is Isaac from Lagos.
Oh, Isaac from
Nice
Lagos.
to have you.
Come again?
I said it's so nice to have you, Isaac.
Okay. Actually, I've been listening to your conversation now, and my question is presently, this present government keeps saying the past government and the past political party put us in this mess. What mess are they? Presently, are they not putting us in that same mess? Because there's a lot of conspiracy theory about palliatives, non-palliatives, etc., a lot of other things. What I'm trying to say, or my point is this: see, which as a people or as a or the government should stop blaming people or to stop blaming past government. Why not just do something and make Nigeria a better country to live in instead of the Nigerian citizens running away? Because I have a friend over in the US, and he said if they tell him that Nigeria wants to repatriate them back to country, he said he won't come. He would rather stay there and enjoy that, stay there irrespective of them, to come down to Nigeria where he has to struggle to become to make ends meet. That where he is far better than where he's coming back to. Then he left Nigeria for a reason and he cannot come back. He said, so I'm praying that our government should just make things better so that we the ones that are still in Nigeria could have a better life rather than throwing jabs at one political party saying that they are the ones that put us in this mess. They are also putting us in another mess also. They should just do it, because this borrowing all the time, yes, everybody has a need to borrow, but once they borrow, they will tell you they are using it for infrastructure. I expect that by now we should have moved past infrastructure.
Yeah.
We should have at least done a lot of things, not keep saying that I will borrow 3 million naira, it is going back to infrastructure. Tomorrow I'm borrowing 2 million naira infrastructure. I mean, it is just to me, I just see it as balanced lies. I just
thank you so much,
lies on it. All right, that's my take. Anyway,
thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right, on Facebook again, Oshobu Isaac says, I love your analysis. Kudos from Ilori. Okay, and Abolade Akinpelumi P Best says, good morning, sir. Keep it up. I don't miss your program. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We really appreciate that.
Hello, good morning. Last caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Mr. Oluyole from Shagamu.
Okay.
Nice to have you.
Nice
sir.
to have you.
I really appreciate all what you guys are doing over there. And I do enjoy the program. But I've missed jazz music since when Wale Don has left the studio
Yeah.
some years back.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever he is, I wish him all the best.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
All right, thank you so much. Don't worry, we'll give you small yarn before Bolu Aji chases us out from here. He's already in the studio. All right, and that's the much we can take on the show today. I can still see plenty comments on Facebook. No time, sorry. Till tomorrow when we come your way again. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale. All right, thank you so much. Don't worry, we'll give you small yarn. All right, and that's the much for today. And Boluaji is already in the studio. Mr. Boluaji, what is happening? Leagues are cancelling.
Yes, leagues are cancelling. The Argentine league is off. The Dutch league is also off.
Wow.
I mean, this is sending bad signals to the Premier League.
Wow.
So,
Wow. So
Liverpool fans.
What do you think will happen in the Premier League?
Well, in the Premier League, I think
Will we dash Liverpool?
Well, actually, Liverpool will eventually win it, whichever way. But one thing that we have, of course, one thing we are very sure of at the moment
I hope
is
he's
that
not a Liverpool fan.
No. One thing I'm very sure about is the league will be completed in the Premier League. I mean, it has to be behind closed because they will lose a whole lot of money. I mean, they will have to refund the TV broadcasters if they can't complete the season. So because of the financial impact, they would conclude the season in the Premier League. I mean, that's the prayer of all Liverpool fans, really.
All right.
But I understand the angle that you are coming from. As someone who is not expecting anything this season. Who wants Liverpool to win?
Okay, all right. And this is Yanni. For those who might be asking, we'll sign out with it today. Up next is Sport Tidbits with Boluaji. Don't go anywhere.
morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30 a.m. and it's sports time right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Yes, you know that we are the Trailblazers. Yes, we are the pride of the nation. And Poluwaji Ogumala is my name. Yes, I'm here once again to bring you up to speed with all the happenings making the rounds in the beautiful world of sport. Bringing you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest news from the world of football to tennis to basketball to boxing. Name it. I've got you covered this lovely morning, including exclusive interviews from the gladiators. Yes, you know that will bring you exclusive interviews, exclusive content that you can't get in any other place. And of course, I've got this authoritative news coming from Ghana Raw Super Eagles coach this lovely morning. You want to stick around for that very one. And of course, you can also put calls across to your friends to listen up anywhere they are on planet Earth. Just ask them to visit www.bcos.tv and of course click listen. And also check us out on Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, and on Twitter it's at Oluyole FM. Massive shout out to listeners on Nigeria 2.1 and Okyogun FM 96.3. Let's hit the ground running this morning. Starting from one club that has been greatly affected by the deadly coronavirus. Well, not that any of the players have contracted virus, but it has affected them big time. It has affected them financially, and that's a club in Akwa Ibom, that's an NNL side called Vandreza Football Club. Well, in the wake of a leaked letter of contract suspension of players and tanker crew of Vandreza Football Club, the team's management has insisted that they simply acted according to exigencies of the moment. According to the chief operating officer, the engineer Kingsley Ogbonna, where he disclosed that the management having duly considered the indefinite suspension of the NNL matches by the management of the league, coupled with the uncertainties posed by COVID-19 pandemic worldwide, they've decided to suspend all contracts until further notice. According to him, the club is renowned for taking players and staff welfare seriously. The letter that was leaked to the media was a confidential document explaining their latest decision. It says that despite inactivity caused by the suspension of NNL matches since December last year till date, the management continued to keep the terms of contract by paying salaries of all staff in anticipation of the resumption of the league. You'll recall that the league season, which went on 2 weeks break in December, has been unable to resume till date, and after almost 3 months of inactivity, the NNL sent in a circular once again to indefinitely postpone the resumption. And looking at all of that, yes, the management of the club has said that after all that has happened, and of course the coronavirus pandemic, they don't think that they can continue paying staff because of inactivity, and that's why they've decided to suspend the contract of all their playing staff and their coaching crew. Well, the team, popularly known as the Lions of Niger, yes, is privately owned, and of course they are currently placed fourth with 6 points and 4 points behind the top placed Bendel Insurance on Group B2 table with 2 league matches outstanding, and has within 6 months from the date of its incorporation been able to distinguish herself from other football clubs. Well, we'll just wait and see how the NFF will try and see if they can support this privately owned club so that they won't run bankrupt because of the whole situation faced by not just the impact of coronavirus, but the suspension of the league. Moving on this morning, England international midfielder Ross Barkley has once again stressed his desire to meet with his Nigerian father, who according to him is from the West African country, and of course he actually made us understand that the father broke up with his mother when things were difficult for him. Barkley, who was born and raised in England, where he is now a senior international footballer, while speaking an interview on his life and career, said that he will no doubt love to meet with his father. According to him, maybe the one thing I would like to add to my career, if I can, is to meet with my father. He is a Nigerian who left my mother while I was still very young, and since then I haven't set my eyes on him. That's according to the 25-year-old. Barkley's father is a Nigerian named Patrick Efang, who was a construction worker with the railway in the United Kingdom. He left while he was around 1 year old, and since then, he has not returned. The player who now bears his mother's maiden name Barkley as his surname instead of his father's name Efanga. His career has really blossomed from when he made his debut at Everton as an 18-year-old graduate from the academy of the Premier League club. Since joining Chelsea 2 seasons ago, injuries and poor form has limited him to few matches, but before the first break in football occasioned by outbreak of coronavirus, he was already beginning to stamp his authority in the squad of Frank Lampard as a regular starter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is hot and fresh. Yes, you'll be hearing this first on any radio station in Nigeria. It's authoritative. It's from the Super Eagles coach, Get It Raw. Yes, you know, here we'll bring you live exclusive interviews from the movers and shakers of the world of sports. No wonder Sports Beat is the most listened to sports show in the Southwest. Yes, because of our original content. Yes, a few minutes ago. Yes, Kenneth Raw, coach of the Super Eagles, says he is fine, he is very much okay with the new terms that has in place in his new contract from the Nigerian Football Federation. I said, all things being equal, he will sign the papers very, very soon. Raw also made it clear that he personally pays 3 of his assistant coaches out of his own salaries. He named Tunde Adelakun, Nabilo Trabelsi, and Jean Lokoroya. Well, he says that he has also been talking to the NFF, and of course the final draft of the contract will be sent to him for him to sign. Yes, that's the news this morning. Kenneth Raw has confirmed that he's okay with those terms. What are the terms? He's ready to stay in Nigeria to monitor footballers in the Nigerian Premier League. He's ready to be paid in Naira, and of course continue to work with the Super Eagles and continue the job that he has been doing. A fantastic one coming from Coach Ganatra, who a lot of people believe that he has stabilized the Super Eagles. All right, moving on this morning, former MFM midfielder Ifeanyi has finally opened up on why he terminated his contract with Algerian side ESS Setif despite signing a 3-year contract with the North African side. The former Flying Eagles midfielder revealed that financial issues and lack of regular game time forced him out of the Algerian side. In an exclusive chat with me on BCS Television on Monday, the experienced midfielder said that he had to terminate his contract with the club because they were passing through financial challenges and could not meet his wages following the imprisonment of the president of the club, who actually signed him. Let's listen to my chat with Ifeanyi, one of the few home-based players before he moved to Europe that usually play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Inside ASS Setif. Tell us about that particular move. You signed a 2-year contract and all of a sudden you return to Akwa United. Tell us about that.
Yeah, what actually happened was that the club president signed me, which the coach didn't want me. Maybe he doesn't like a black player. So the club president actually signed me, and then he was arrested and was jailed for something I don't know about. And then the coach wasn't playing me, and the club was bankrupt because the club president closed down the club account. So they weren't paying me, and I stayed for 8 months. They paid me for just 2 months, and they were owing me 6 months. So I can't continue training, and the coach is not playing me, and then I'm not getting salary. Nobody's getting salary in the club. The big players are leaving the club, and I can't continue to stay there. Why the big players are leaving the club? Because there's no money. So I had to cancel my contract and go back to Nigeria to continue my career.
That was Ifeanyi talking to me earlier in the week about his short spell at that particular club on his return to Nigeria. The midfielder signed for his former side, Akwa United, for a few months before moving to Uzbekistan to join Marshal Mubarak in January 2020. All right, I know you're expecting this, the 9th episode of our Joseph Yobo series. Don't forget that this particular series ends tomorrow. Yes, Joseph Yobo series is the 9th episode, and today the former Super Eagles defender explains how he reacts to matches that he ordinarily thought that he has given so much but end up losing. In this interview, he said that he is actually a bad loser. Let's listen to Joseph Yobo.
Devastated, shattered. Like, I'm one of those that sucks when I lose a game that I thought we could have won. But the only thing that gives me joy is I've done everything. I left everything on that pitch. I also realized that football is not an individual sport. It's a team game. You cannot do it by yourself. You need all your teammates to be in their A game. So when that doesn't happen, then you fall short a little bit. But most importantly, I'm always a bit happier when I'm able to give everything on the pitch and I've given a good performance. It's always sad because I'll go back to 2006 on a couple of occasions. Like, we were rooting to go to the 2006 World Cup in Germany. Yeah, that was almost the peak of my career. I thought that if I went to that World Cup, I would have gone to one of the biggest teams in the world. That was my chance to go to the World Cup and go to the biggest teams in the world, one of the biggest teams. That didn't happen. We're playing in Kano. We are playing against Angola. This is a huge game. Nigeria, it was a must-win for us. We started the game, we're leading 1-0. So we thought, okay, here we go. We close this game and we have qualified for the 2006 World Cup in Germany. Welcome. As football goes, it didn't favor us. We considered a goal and it was 1-1. I was shattered. I was devastated because I said to myself, all the plans through 2005 leading to 2006, if we qualify for the World Cup, I was looking forward to it. That didn't happen, but I was satisfied with everything that we put out on the pitch and my personal performance. And I looked at it, I said, you know what? That's all I could do. I can't ask for any more. Maybe it wasn't to be. And basically, when I put out a good performance and the team plays well, I get devastated, but I move past it quickly as well.
All right, that was Joseph Yobo. And tomorrow, on the 10th and last episode of the Joseph Yobo series, the former Super Eagles captain will be talking to us about his new role as the assistant coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You don't want to miss tomorrow's edition. And by next week, Monday, I'll be opening a brand new series where we will be hearing from another footballer from Nigeria. All right, moving on this lovely morning. Let me inform that Premier League giant Liverpool have reportedly opened talks with representatives of Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen over the possibility of joining the Reds in the summer. The 2015 Under-17 World Cup Golden Boot winner has been a target for many football clubs across Europe after his impressive performance for French League side Lille. Osimhen joined the French outfit from Sporting Charleroi for just 12 million euros in August 2019 and still has another 4.5 years left on his current contract. With his current form with the French side, where he scored 13 goals from 27 league matches, the club may lose their most prized asset. And according to reports coming from France this morning, the current European champions Liverpool have started talks with the players' representative. Osimhen is also being linked with the Spanish giants FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. Moving away from football this morning, the Tour de France could still go ahead despite more sanctions on mass gatherings from the French government. Cycling's biggest race was set to start 2 months late on the 29th of August because of coronavirus, but the government's ban has extended until September. Well, according to the French Sport Minister Roxane Marusenu, the Tour de France has not been called into question. The Vuelta España also announced that it would cancel its departure from the Netherlands set for August the 14th. The tour, won by Team Ineos Egan Bernal last year, was originally scheduled to run from the 27th of June to the 19th of July. Moving to boxing, Tyson Fury has been told that he will not fight Deontay Wilder until November or December this very year. The Brit stopped the then world champion in February in a rematch of their controversial draw in 2018. Wilder immediately triggered a clause in his contract giving him the chance to win back his heavyweight title. The trilogy fight was penciled in for July 18th in Las Vegas, but the COVID-19 crisis pushed it back until October 3rd. Now Fury's promoter Bob Arum has told the champion that he must wait until later in the year. Moving on, let's head back to football, where Paulo Dybala, who tested positive for coronavirus for the first time in March, on the 21st of March, has not yet received a negative swab and therefore cannot be considered cured of the virus. The 26-year-old Juventus forward announced that he was asymptomatic and self-isolating at home last month. The Argentine announced on Twitter that he and his partner Oriana Sabatini had both tested positive after becoming the third Juventus player affected, with defender Daniel Rugani and the midfielder Blaise Matuidi also confirming a positive diagnosis. Well, we pray that God healed Dybala and everyone tested positive this morning. Moving to Spain, La Liga is working towards its club returning to training as soon as possible after being given the green light by the Spanish government. Football in Spain was suspended indefinitely in March because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The country's top division has created a detailed protocol for the return of training so that proper health safeguards are observed. The aim is a potential restart to the league in the mid-June, but it has to be behind closed doors. Cesc Fabregas has announced that his great-grandmother has beaten coronavirus at the age of 95 earlier this month. The midfielder said that his great-grandmother had been infected with the virus along with 70% of those in a nursing home in the Barcelona town of Aina de Mar. Alright, that will be all on Spotted Beats this lovely morning. Big thanks to everyone who's been part of today's show. Bigger thanks to you for listening. The show returns tomorrow for the final episode of the Joseph Yobo series before we move to another series. My name is Boluwaji Ogunmola. Till tomorrow, I say do have a lovely day and stay safe.
It's 10 minutes to 8. It's still on to Oluyole 98.5 FM, and you're welcome to a commercial belt.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan, láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí. Bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí, fọ ọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sààrì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. Ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Assalamu alaikum gbogbo Mùsùlùmí. ilé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ BCOS television àti Oluyole FM 98.5 ní tún kí gbogbo wa kú àmójúbà oṣù àwẹ̀ Ramadan Ọlọ́run ó gbà á ní ìbádà bá a ṣe wá ń kí gbogbo wa láti wá sọ fún wa wípé èyí tó wà lóde ìyẹn COVID-19 tí wọ́n ń pè ní coronavirus tó fa kónílé ó gbélé kíkálukú dúró láàyè tó wà kò dáwọ́ nǹkan kan dúró lórí àti ṣonígbọ̀wọ́ àwọn ètò wa nínú oṣù yóẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yálà wá sí òru ni àbítọ̀sán ìrun pípè ní tàbí àyọkẹ́ láti inú àlùkùrán gbogbo mọ́sálásí ńláńlá gbogbo ẹlẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́ tó fi mọ́ níjọ ẹ̀yin díìnì bàbá àdínì àti yasuna ẹ lè kàn sí wa láti dúnàádúrà lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 081-2690-6777 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 081-2690-6777 owó ìdákọ̀mù ni gbogbo àwọn ètò wa nínú oṣù àwẹ̀ ọdún ní nílé akéde Ọ̀yọ́ bọ́rọ̀ bá ti wá wọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ètò tẹ́ ti kálẹ̀ ẹ kàn fi ránṣẹ́ sórí wrufai@gmail.com tẹ́ bá wá láǹfààní ẹ lè yọjú sí wa ní room 110 ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run nìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ẹ̀tún nọ́mbà yìí pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 081-2690-6777 àwẹ̀ ọdún ní Ọlọ́run ò ní dùn wá ládàá ẹ̀.
I can hear you. I know why you're here. To interrupt my children's playtime, distract them from homework, disturb their peaceful sleep. Not in my house. You might be a threat out there, but in here, you're just a weak little mosquito. And you're no match for me. Don't let mosquitoes threaten your child's future. Secure their tomorrow tonight with Baygon. Baygon, it's good to be tough. SC Johnson, a family company.
Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù.
Gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa pátápátá la kí o pé ẹ kú etí gbọ́ ètò yín ètò wa Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù tíátà Yorùbá eré alárinrin èyí tẹ́ lè má gbọ́ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ajé Monday lórí ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn Òkè Ògùn 96.3 FM alága ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ajé Monday àti ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday lórí ìkànnì ajílété 92.1 FM Gàmbàrí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ àwọn àkórí èyí tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ bọ̀ láwọn ọjọ́ wọ̀nyẹn láàní a sọ fún yín wípé àtúntẹ̀ rẹ̀ láòtún máa mú wá sétí gbọ́ yín o tó bá ti ń di ọjọ́ ẹtì Friday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí lórí ìkànnì ajílété 92.1 FM Gàmbàrí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ láago 5:15 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ìyẹn 4:45 PM tòkè Ògùn 96.3 FM alága ni ó máa dé sétí ìgbọ̀nyìn láago 7:15 àṣálẹ́ ìyẹn 7:45 PM bákan náà lẹ́tùn máa láǹfààní àti gbọ́ lórí ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 6:15 ìrọ̀lẹ́ 6:15 PM ọjọ́ ẹtì Friday yìí kan náà Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù àgbọ́túgbálẹ̀tò ọ̀hún eré alárinrin sì ní pẹ̀lú.
Hey, make una come help me touch like this matter. Mama Jenny ask her husband for 1,000 to cook food. He get 5,000. Waiting be that.
Na who for you?
As she dey cook, phone for screen scatter. She can't tell her husband say make him change the screen. Instead, him change the phone. Buy am better one. Waiting be that.
Na who for you?
What of the shoe where she talk say she won't buy? As she show am, now 5 different shoe him buy for am one time. Waiting be that.
Na who for you?
She can't tell him say she won't travel go Abuja, but instead of night bus, him buy plane ticket. Call lodger for 5-star hotel. I beg. Waiting be that oh.
Na who for you?
Yes so I woo for you now the Ogbonge 5 times better from MTN. Now when you recharge with star 888 star pin hash on top your MTN line, MTN will summer you with 5 times your recharge. You fit also enjoy this awoof for on top MTN top it. Just ask your vendor for awoof for you. This offer now for both MTN prepaid and postpaid customers. Terms and conditions dey.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Oya, ẹ̀yin ọmọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àkójọ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Pálí mílìkì 3 crowns kan fún ìyá Abdul.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Agolo mílìkì 3 crowns olómi 4 fún ìyá Fatima.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Pálí 6 fún alàgbà Yusuf alábàágbé wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àti agolo mílìkì 3 crowns 10 fún yín màámi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o.
Jẹ́ kí àsìkò Ramadan rẹ lárinrin pẹ̀lú mílìkì 3 crowns tí kòlẹ́sítírọ̀ ọ̀nù rẹ̀ mọ níwọ̀nba. Ramadan Kareem 3 crowns milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
kí wọ́n sọ fáwọn ènìyàn àtàtà tó mọyì ètò ìlera tó péye.
pétò tájọ ọ̀ṣà sonígbòho rẹ̀ ọ̀ṣà dín ìrọ̀rùn dé tẹ́ máa ń gbádùn lórí ìkànnì móhùnmáwòrán iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS di alátagbà.
alátagbà bíi bó.
o ṣeun bẹ́ẹ̀ làábi ni ìjọ mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń wò lórí ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán BCOS lẹ́tùn máa gbọ́ lórí àwọn ìkànnì rédíò iléeṣẹ́ wa.
Oluyole FM 98.5 Òkè Ògùn FM 96.3 Ajílété FM 92.1.
bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ ajé Monday ọjọ́ kẹrin oṣù karùn-ún láàrin aago 9 àárọ̀ sí aago 10 àárọ̀. àló da látagbà.
ó da látagbà ní tòótọ́.
ọṣì adé ìrọ̀rùn dé.
Hard so make you know say GoTV dey your side. We sabi say una dey always stand gidigba for us, and na we dey this one together. As a way of saying thank you, we go sama you with the next higher package when you reconnect your subscription. E mean say you fit get up to 75% discount on top higher package entertainment. Download my GoTV app to recharge your subscription from your house to get this awoof from today. Visit GoTVAfrica.com for more information. GoTV, dey your side. GoTV, live it, love it.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan, láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí. Bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí, fọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sàárì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. Ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak, reach for your peak.
àwọn agbára lọ́wọ́ alára wo wá di bàbá Olúyọ̀lé FM wo ní bàbá wọn ó ní bàbá lágbo dédé wọn wọ́n kàn ń bọ̀ yájà ní ṣàkó lónìí ṣẹ́rẹ́ àwa níwájú wọn ń tẹ̀lé wa láàfin èdè láàfin ọ̀rọ̀ láàfin àṣà láàfin ibi tí a ti ń mú ìlú dùn. a ṣètò ogun àgbọ̀n gbẹ̀kalẹ̀ kálukú bùtì ẹ lọ Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 kẹ́rẹ́ o.
gẹ́gẹ́ ní aago mẹ́jọ lù lórí ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM. ní báyìí elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ni ètò tí ọpọ́n sùn kàn ó yá ẹ máa bá wa ká lọ.
ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lọ ní o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ ẹni o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yìí tó lùkọ́ yìí ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Abẹ́ praise ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ elétí ọ̀fẹ́. Elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
tó ṣe wọn ní ìmọ́tótó borí àrùn mọ́lẹ̀ bóyá ṣe ń borí oró àti pé inú ìmọ́tótó báyìí lọ́lọ́run ọba ń gbé ẹ̀yà jẹ àmọ́ ètò ìmọ́tótó wa lọ́kùnkúndùn ká má bàa kó àrùn kòrónà ká lé àrùn kòrónà ká lé wọ̀gbẹ́ a sì nígbàgbọ́ pé káwẹ̀ tó parí lágbára Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ànígùrú ẹ̀ mọ́ èyí ni mo fi kì í kàbọ̀ sórí ètò Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ èyí Táyọ̀ Olúṣọlá lèmi jẹ́ o Bùnmi káàárọ̀ tí Bùnmi tó Bùnmi àbí.
èrò mo kí wa ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 fún ti àárọ̀ tòní pé àjíire bí a kú bí ojú ọjọ́ bó ti rí àwa mùsùlùmí náà a kú òǹgbẹ ẹ̀mí wa tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ náà ni yóò parí ẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run.
ó di méje méje lónìí báyìí. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
màá wo kàlẹ́ndà. Bùnmi Elégbèdé lórúkọ tèmi náà tí mò ń kí wa wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìròyìn Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ fún ti àárọ̀ tòní ẹ má gbàgbé wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ wa ní ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa kétékété ní Ajílété FM 92.1 bákan náà Òkè Ògùn FM 96.3.
kódà tó fi mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ṣe Bùnmi kódà tó fi mọ́ orí ìtàkùn àgbáyé bó ṣe ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ wòmí wọ Facebook ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wá kedere lẹ́mọ̀gbọ́ wa kétékété o bó ṣe Twitter ni àwa ń bẹ̀ @Oluyole FM bó sì ṣe Instagram náà ni èyí ni IG àwa ń bẹ̀ o @Oluyole 98.5 FM bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wá kedere lẹ́mọ̀gbọ́ wa kétékété kókó tí ṣe ògèrè orí ìròyìn lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ mọ́ mú wa kó tó di pé awọnú kẹtẹpẹ ìròyìn Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ lọ kókó àkọ́kọ́ lọ́dọ̀ mi rèé wọ́n ní lórí ìrẹsì tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ fi ṣọwọ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọ́n ní èdè ògbẹ́lẹ̀yọ̀ tí ara ilé òsì gbóhùn àrò òkú mọ́ láàrin mínísítà Sadiya Farouk àti àjọ NAFDAC pé tí àjọ NAFDAC sì sọ pé wọn ò pe àwọn ò láti wá yẹ ìrẹsì náà wò mínísítà sì sọ pé àwọn àjọ NAFDAC wọ́n yẹ ìrẹsì náà wò.
Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Kaduna El-Rufai ní ajá tó relé ẹkùn tó bọ̀ kó máa dúpẹ́ ni o ó ní iṣẹ́ wá rí ikú tó fẹ́ pani tó bá ṣe ni nífìlà àníkáṣà máa dúpẹ́ ni ó ní bí kì í bá ṣe ti àwọn dókítà àtàwọn ìyàwó òun pẹ̀lú ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ igbákejì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ náà kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà ìbá ti gbẹ̀mí òun.
ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣẹ́yà ààrẹ tí gbógun ti COVID-19 lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday òun náà ni àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ lẹ́yẹ òsọ́ka o.
ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Bayelsa ti kó mọ̀lẹ́bí kan èyí tí wọ́n kẹ́fín kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà lára wọn pamọ́ síbì kan wọ́n sì ti fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn ránṣẹ́ fún àyẹ̀wò.
bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n sọ ìlànà tí wọ́n gbégbà tí iṣẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́yẹ òsọ́ka lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday èyí ní iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ.
báńkì àpapọ̀ ilé wa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ títa owó dọ́là fáwọn olókoòwò kéékèèké àti fún sísan owó ilé ẹ̀kọ́.
wọ́n ní ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti pín owó tó tó bílíọ̀nù lọ́nà 44 náírà fún àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ kan lábẹ́ ètò ìrànwọ́ báńkì àgbáyé.
ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ké gbàjarè lórí bí àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Zamfara ṣe ń yọ kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ wọ ìpínlẹ̀ náà.
lórí ọ̀rọ̀ COVID-19 yìí ni Sanwó-Olú ti sọ pé àwọn olófòófó náà ni àwọn mọ̀ lò láti mú àwọn tí wọ́n bá lògbàdì òfin ìjọba lọ́wọ́ yìí ti ń ṣe òfin kónílé-ó-gbélé o.
ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó lèmi àti èyí Táyọ̀ jọ wọkọ̀ lọ o ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ẹ̀pẹ́ ti ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ èèyàn kan tó ti ní kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà.
ìyàwó àfọwọ́ rẹ o káàbọ̀.
ẹ bá àbò tí mo pa àfọwọ́ lẹ́nu ọ̀nà.
ẹ ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tún dé látẹ̀kọ́ báyìí ni.
gbàngbómi àtọ̀ṣẹ wá.
ilé ẹjọ́ ti sọ pé bí àwọn dókítà tó wà ní ilé ìwòsàn ìṣègùn ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ní ìlú Ẹlógún
ó ní bí wọ́n ṣe daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ ó ní ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó pé kò bá òfin mu.
ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ní ṣé nǹkan míì wà ń bẹ̀ ni àní kò sí ẹni tí COVID-19 mú ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà.
tó wọ́n ní àwọn dókítà méje ní ìpínlẹ̀ Bauchi òun náà ni wọ́n ti ń wò lójú lẹ́sẹ̀ báyìí bóyá wọ́n ní àrùn kòrónà ò torí pé wọ́n ní ẹnìkan tó wá sí ilé ìwòsàn ọ̀hún òun náà ni kò sọ pé kòrónà ló mú òun àmọ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣe àyẹ̀wò tán náà rí wípé ẹni tó ní kòrónà làwọn ti ń tọ́jú látijọ́ yìí.
wọ́n ní tí Ilé-Ifẹ̀ ti ní oògùn ìbílẹ̀ tí yóò wo kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà tí yóò gbógun tì pátápátá yóò parí láìpẹ́.
ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípasẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ ààrẹ wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kano wọ́n ní ó ti di nǹkan tó yẹ kí gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n mójútó kí wọ́n mọ̀ sí wò wọ́n níran ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kano.
arábìnrin kan ẹni ọdún 19 ṣàdédé ṣubú lulẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó ṣẹ̀yọ́ nílùú Àdó Èkìtì.
wọ́n ní iléeṣẹ́ kan ní orílẹ̀-èdè Germany òun náà ni wọ́n ti ṣe oògùn tí a lè fi gbógun ti àrùn kòrónà àmọ́ tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dánwò báyìí lára àwọn èèyàn.
àwọn olùkọ́ ní fásitì Benin ṣe ẹ̀rọ tí wọ́n fi ń mí tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ láì lo iná.
iléeṣẹ́ àwọn ọmọ ológun lédè wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní pé àwọn dúpẹ́ o àwọn yọ̀ yí pé ṣé ni àwọn tún ti kọlu ibùdó àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí ikọ̀ gbẹ̀mígbẹ̀mí Boko Haram tí àwọn sì gbẹ̀mí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wọn o.
àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lórí omi ti ń dúnkòkò pé bí kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà bá fi lè ràn dé àwọn ibùdókọ̀ ojú omi lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí a já wípé àwọn yóò pa iṣẹ́ tì ní.
tó wọ́n ní tí ò bá nídìí obìnrin kan ìjẹkùmọ́lò ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní ìdírè o ti àrùn kòrónà tá a túmọ̀ sí COVID-19 bó ṣe ń pọ̀ sí lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà.
àwọn agbébọn tó jí kọmíṣánná fẹ́tù ọ̀gbìn nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì gbé ti dín owó ìtúsílẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń béèrè fún kù.
iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n ní irọ́ ni ò pé irọ́ ní jà lọ wọ́n ní àhesọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí ń lọ káàkiri ìgboro báyìí pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n tó 50 níye òun náà ni wọ́n lọ síbi ìsìnkú ẹni tí ó ti fìgbà kan rí jẹ́ olórí àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ elétò ààbò Tinubu wọ́n ní irọ́ ni ò pé kò sẹ́nì kankan tó lọ ọbẹ̀ o.
lórí fọ́nrán kan tó gba ojú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé kan níbi tí bàbá ti kọ ọmọ rẹ̀ pé ó rìnrìn àjò lásìkò ìséde láti dènà kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà gómìnà Fáyẹmí ti ní kí ọ̀kan lára alábàáṣiṣẹ́pọ̀ rẹ̀ náà kó lọ rọ́kúnlé.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Akwa Ibom ó ti fi oríjì àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n tí wọ́n tó 18 níye o.
ọwọ́ tẹ èèyàn 15 níbi ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ìbí kan tí wọ́n ṣe nílé ìtura nípínlẹ̀ Èkó.
ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní àsìkò tó wáyé láti mú àdínkù dé bá owó tí àwọn fi ń ṣe ìjọba lóde wa Nàìjíríà ó ti di dandan kí gbogbo èèyàn kí wọ́n ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n lè ṣe tá a bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ Nàìjíríà kí àwọn sì mú àdínkù dé bá owó tí àwọn fi ń ṣe ìjọba lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí o.
àwọn agùnbánirọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì gbé omi apakòkòrò àìfojúrí àti ìbòmú àtòfimọ́ àwọn èròjà míì fún ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì.
ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti sọ pé kí àwọn báńkì gbogbo lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà àti àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ pé kí wọ́n múra láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ padà lọ́jọ́ Ajé Monday pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlànà tí àwọn là kalẹ̀. àwọn ìlànà wo ni ẹ gbọ́ láìpẹ́ yìí.
èèyàn dúró ló sì ń dúró de èsì àyẹ̀wò kòrónà tí wọ́n ṣe nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
wọ́n ní àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tá à ń lò lóde wa Nàìjíríà òun náà ni wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba àpapọ̀ báyìí lórí ọ̀nà tí wọ́n gbà láti rí i pé ohun gbogbo lọ bá a ṣe kọ̀wé rẹ̀ tó bá di ọjọ́ Ajé Monday tí ń bọ̀.
Elédùà fi ọmọ tuntun jòjòló ọmọkùnrin làǹtìlanti ta olóòtú ìjọba ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì Boris Johnson àti aya àfẹ́sọ́nà rẹ̀ lọ́rẹ.
wọ́n sọ pé ó ṣeé ṣe òkè ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó pé kí wọ́n ṣe àyẹ̀wò fún àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n tó 1.5 mílíọ̀nù lórí fún títí àrùn kòrónà yìí.
ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti ní àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn lòun yóò dà sí àwọn ẹnubodè rẹ̀ àtàwọn ibùdó ìwakùsà gbogbo yíká ìpínlẹ̀ náà.
àwọn tí wọ́n jí kọmíṣánná kan gbé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wọ́n ti kàn sí àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí rẹ̀ àtijọba wọn nítorí bí nǹkan ṣe rí lásìkò yìí pé ojú ní rojú ṣàánú pé kí wọ́n mọ láàgùn jìnnà àmọ́ kí wọ́n wá mílíọ̀nù tó tó mílíọ̀nù 15 náírà kí wọ́n wá kí wọ́n tó gba èèyàn wọn kalẹ̀.
ìpínlẹ̀ Èdó ti ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ibùdó àyẹ̀wò kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà tirẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà.
iléeṣẹ́ aṣọ́bodè lóde wa Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní àwọn náà ti kọ ìrẹsì tí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ dá padà wọ́n ní àwọn náà ò fẹ́ o.
èèyàn 10 péré ló kópa níbi ètò ìsìnkú olórí ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Ahmed Tinubu iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Fáyẹmí ti dá ara àwọn amúgbálẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ kan dúró torí pé ó ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ COVID-19 ṣe ni ó fi ń tàfàlà ó ní kì í mọ̀ ṣàwẹ́wà tí wọ́n wá fi ṣeré báyìí.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ebonyi pàṣẹ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba nípínlẹ̀ náà láti padà sẹ́nu iṣẹ́.
wọ́n ní tí àwọn iléeṣẹ́ gbogbo tí wọ́n bá wọlé tán lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday wọ́n ní kò kan àwọn iléèwé gbogbo tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí o torí pé kí ni kò sí bí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí wọn ò ṣe ní mọ̀ ṣòpọ̀ lójú kan náà ní kókó bàtàn Sunday ó yá gbẹ́sẹ̀.
ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Abẹ́ Press ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́. ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o. Ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ lẹ́ni o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yín tó lóko yín ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́n ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọlé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága.
ẹ káàbọ̀ padà nígbà tá a ti fún yín ní àwọn kókó tó wà lórí ìròyìn èyí tá kó wá sóde ètò lónìí ẹ jẹ́ ká fún yín láwọn ohun tó kì pọ́pọ́ sínú ẹ̀. ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti pàṣẹ pé kí ọ̀kan lára ọmọ ikọ̀ tó ń kápá ìtànkálẹ̀ kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ṣọlá Dúródọlá kó lọ rọ́kúnlé o fún àìkún ojú òṣùwọ̀n àti àìlákàsí arígbọ́ pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dúródọlá ló ká fọ́nrán ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí sílẹ̀ níbi tí bàbá kan ti kọ ọmọ rẹ̀ tó sì ń fi ọkùnrin ọ̀hún ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ọkùnrin náà tó jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì àjọ ẹ̀ṣọ́ ojú pópó FRSC tó wáá fi ẹjọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ sùn pé ó tàpá sí àṣẹ fìdímọ́lé èyí tí ìjọba pa nínú fọ́nrán náà tó wà lójú òpó ayélujára ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ṣọlá Dúródọlá tí kìí ṣe òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera tó fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé ọmọ tí bàbá rẹ̀ kọ̀ sílẹ̀ yìí kò ní kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà èyí sì ti dá awuyewuye sílẹ̀ láàrin ìlú kọmíṣánná àfẹ́tò ìròyìn àti ìlanilọ́yẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Múyìwá Olómilúà jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ náà korojú sí ìwà tí òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò náà hù ẹni tí wọ́n ní kò láṣẹ láti sọ irú ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ jáde lẹ́nu ikọ̀ àmúṣẹ́yà tó ń kápá ìtànkálẹ̀ COVID-19 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì náà wá gbóríyìn fún ọ̀gbẹ́ni Fẹ́mi Adéoyè fún kíkọ̀ láti daṣọ bo ọmọ rẹ̀ tó gùn lé ìrìn àjò lásìkò tá a wà yìí wọ́n ní àti bí ó ṣe kọ̀ láti jẹ́ kí ọmọ náà wọlé àyàfi tó bá lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò tí àyẹ̀wò bá sì ti fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ wípé kò ní kòkòrò COVID-19 ní báyìí ọmọkùnrin náà tí ó gúnlẹ̀ sípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì láti bí ọjọ́ 4 sẹ́yìn ni wọ́n ti sé mọ́lé síbì kan o tí yóò sì lọ ọjọ́ 14 gbáko wọ́n ti gba ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ lọ fún àyẹ̀wò láti mọ̀ bóyá kò ní kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà.
tó wọ́n ní ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣẹ́yà ààrẹ tí ń gbógun ti COVID-19 lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí wọ́n ti sọ àwọn ìlànà tí wọ́n tọ̀ láti dẹ́kun lọ́rùn òfin kónílógbélé tó wà lórílẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà pàápàá jùlọ ní àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ méjì àti olúùlú lẹwa Àbújá èyí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Ìgbìmọ̀ yìí ti sọ pé tí àbá ní purọ́ tá a sì ní ṣèké pé yóò tó ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́fà kí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tó padà bọ̀ sípò èyí ní tí iṣẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà lọ́jọ́ ajé tí ń bọ̀ yìí. Akọ̀wé fún ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó tún jẹ́ alága ìgbìmọ̀ yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Boss Mustapha ẹni tí ó ṣiṣọ́ lójú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lánàá ọjọ́rú ní ìlú Àbújá lásìkò tí ó ń bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ sọ pé ìlànà tí àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yóò tẹ̀lé tí iṣẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti wà ó ní àwòrán ti pé lọ́jọ́ ajé ní ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari kéde àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tuntun tí a tún múlò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ COVID-19 yìí láti pinwọ́ ìtànkálẹ̀ rẹ̀. Lára àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yìí òun náà ní dídẹkùn lọ́rùn òfin kónílógbélé tó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn àti olúùlú lẹwa Àbújá àti òfin ìséde ní tìbútòrò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ ajé Monday tí ń bọ̀ lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Mustapha ṣe sọ pé bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ 4 oṣù karùn-ún òfin ìséde ó gbìnàyà bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti aago 8 alẹ́ di aago 6 òwúrọ̀ tí ọwọ́ àtẹsẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ pa tá a sì gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ pòròpòrò dómọ̀ níta gbangba torí òfin ìséde ọ̀hún. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò tún gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àárínrìn àjò láti ìpínlẹ̀ kan bọ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ míì láti ọjọ́ ajé lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ ṣe sọ pé lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday òun náà ni iṣẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà wọ́n ní ṣíṣe ètò ọrọ̀ ajé padà yìí òun náà ni yóò gbà wọ́n tó ọ̀sẹ̀ 6 gbáko èyí tí wọ́n pín sí ìsọ̀rí 3 èyí ni ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì.
Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti ké gbàjarè lórí bí àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Zamfara ṣe ń rápálá tí wọ́n yọ kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ wọ ìpínlẹ̀ náà. Ní báyìí ó ti wá kó ikọ̀ ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn dàsẹ́nubodè rẹ̀ gbogbo àti àwọn ibùdó ìwakùsà yíká ìpínlẹ̀ náà. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti ké gbàjarè lánàá pé ibo sí ẹgbàá wà ó ń ṣe làwọn ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Zamfara wọ́n ń yọ kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ tí wọ́n sì ń rápálá wọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun wá. Igbákejì olórí òṣìṣẹ́ lọ́fíìsì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọmọọba Adéyanjú Bínúyọ̀ ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí di mímọ̀ nínú ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn oníròyìn. Ó ti fi pé gbogbo ọgbọ́n àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ yìí táwọn èèyàn náà ń dá láti wọ ìpínlẹ̀ náà ní ìjọba mọ̀ ó wá ra àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pé kí wọ́n má mikàn rárá. Ó ní ààbò tó péye ti wà ń kalẹ̀ láti kápá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà. Ọmọọba Adéyanjú tún jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ní apá ẹkùn àríwá ilẹ̀ yìí ni wọ́n ń fara soko sínú ọkọ̀ akẹ́rù ńláńlá tó ń kó ẹrù wọ ìpínlẹ̀ náà tí ìjọba sì ń tọpasẹ̀ wọn tí yóò sì dá wọn padà sí ìpínlẹ̀ kó wa wọn láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà. Ó ní ìjọba ti pàṣẹ fún ikọ̀ ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn láti dúró wá sáwọn ẹnubodè tó wọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kí wọ́n sì rí dájú pé wọ́n ń gbọ́n gbogbo inú ọkọ̀ akẹ́rù tó bá ń kó ẹrù wọ ìpínlẹ̀ náà wò yẹ́bẹ́yẹ́bẹ́ kó tó wọlé kí wọ́n sì tọpinpin rẹ̀ dé ibi tí yóò ti já ẹrù inú rẹ̀ sí. Bákan náà ló sọ di mímọ̀ pé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti fòfin de ìrìn àjò jíjáde àti wọ ìpínlẹ̀ náà báyìí.
Wọ́n ti ní àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba náà ni wọ́n lè ṣílẹ̀kùn wọn tó bá ti di ọjọ́ ajé Monday tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà yìí. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ òun náà ni wọ́n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ìgbìmọ̀ àmúṣẹ́yà ààrẹ tí ń gbógun ti COVID-19 ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lánàá ní ìlú Àbújá pé àwọn iléeṣẹ́ àti lájọ tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀ òun náà ni wọ́n lè ṣílẹ̀kùn wọn gbẹyàwó láti ọjọ́ 4 oṣù karùn-ún láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ lẹ́yìn òsọ́ka. Wọ́n ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n wà ní ìpele kan òun náà ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ o gẹ́gẹ́ bí àlàyé tí wọ́n ṣe pé kì í ṣe gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ òun náà ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ náà. Wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ báńkì à ń kọ́lé ṣe ọ̀nà iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tí à ń lò gbogbo lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà iléeṣẹ́ oúnjẹ gbogbo náà lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ láti ọjọ́ ajé Monday lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó jẹ́ adarí ìgbìmọ̀ tí ń pinwọ́ àjọ tí ń pinwọ́ ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn lóde wa Nàìjíríà yìí ni àjọ NCDC èyí ni dókítà Sanni Aleo náà ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lásìkò tí ó ń bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ papọ̀ ní ìlú Àbújá lánàá. Sanni ni àwọn bá àwọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ gbogbo tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí sọ̀rọ̀ lójúnà àti rí i pé ọ̀nà kan náà ni àwọn ń tọ̀ láti rí i pé àwọn fi òpin sí àrùn COVID-19 yìí. Ó ní pé ìdí nìyọ pé kó mọ̀ dé pé nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn yóò wá yàtọ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àbí èyí tí wọ́n ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Katsina yóò yàtọ̀ sí ti ìpínlẹ̀ Kano àbí èyí tí wọ́n ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Akwa Ibom náà ni yóò wá yàtọ̀ sí èyí tí wọ́n ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Anambra. Ó ní pé àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ fi orí oko sọ̀dún láti rí pé ìlànà kankan náà ni àwọn ń tọ̀ nígbà tó kú jẹ́ pé oge kan náà ni àwọn ń to aṣọ mọ́ lára. Ó ní torí pé tí kò bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ní àfàìmọ̀ kí òbí mọ́tẹ̀yìn wọ̀gbìn lẹ́nu òkè àwọn tí wọ́n ní kòrónà kan mọ̀ lọ kó bá àwọn tí ò ní ìpínlẹ̀ míì àmọ́ tí àwọn bá ti mọ̀ pé ojú ọ̀nà kankan náà ni àwọn ń tọ̀ ó ní yóò mọ̀ rọrùn ó ní àfetè ìpínlẹ̀ Kánò tí ó fẹ́ yàtọ̀ báyìí torí bí wọ́n ṣe ń kú ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún ó ní àmọ́ àwọn ti sọ pé gbogbo àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ òun náà ni àwọn ò bá sọ̀rọ̀ láti rí i pé ojú òpó kan náà òun náà ni àwọn ń tọ̀ láti fi òpin sí ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn kòrónà lórílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà.
Kó tó di pé àtẹ̀síwájú ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunṣínà tí wọ́n jẹ́ òǹwòye ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ ní àwùjọ wa àwọn náà ti wà ní ìkàlẹ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunṣínà mo kì í pe ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí ìròyìn Létí Ọ̀fẹ́.
ẹ ṣeun gan ẹ káàárọ̀ mo yẹ kí àwọn ará ilé náà gbàgbọ́ pé àwa tá a lọ bíṣẹ́ àti tún lé wa ṣe adẹ̀tí gbá ilẹ̀ àti ìdọ̀tí wa síbi tó yẹ ká gbá sí ààrẹ kó sẹ́gbẹ́ títì ẹ ṣeun gan.
ó ṣe kókó ẹ ṣe gan ni jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ tèmi níbí lórí ìròyìn kan tí mo kà láìpẹ́ yìí ó náà ló dá lórí fọ́nrán àwòrán kan tó gba ojú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé kan àwọn èèyàn máa ń ní àwọn Oǹdó Èkìtì ní agídí ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe agídí bíi pé ìlànà tá a bá ti fi sílẹ̀ kò ń jí padà ọmọ ló rìnrìn àjò bàbá ní mọ́ lọ o ọmọ yìí sì lọ ó wá dé bàbá wa ní kó o tó lè wọ inú ilé mi ó bàbá kọ́kọ́ lọ fẹjọ́ sùn àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò pé ọmọ ìyá àkọ́kọ́ ó ti tàpá sí àṣẹ ìjọba ẹ̀kejì ni wípé bó ṣe lọ tó dé àmọ́ kó má lọ kó nǹkan wálé bàbá wa ní kó lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ẹni tó wá ká fọ́nrán yìí sílẹ̀ àmọ́ èròǹgbà rẹ̀ nígbà tó kà sílẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ wípé mi lè sọ pàtó nípa ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ní báyìí gómìnà Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí ti ní kó lọ rọ́kúnlé pé ọwọ́ tó fi mú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ ni nǹkan tó ń dé bá onílé tó ń dé bá àlejò téèyàn ń gbọ̀n kíjokíjo òní kòkòrò kòrónà tó fi mú bàbá tó kọ̀ láti jẹ́ kí ọmọ ẹ̀ wọlé ojú lẹ́yìn fi wò.
mo fẹ́ kí gómìnà Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹmí pé ìgbésẹ̀ àdarí tó ṣe kàn ṣe gan-an náà ni wọ́n ṣe yẹn èèyàn kì í fi ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí ṣe awẹ́wà èèyàn kì í fi ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mí ṣe àwàdà mo mọ̀ pé èrò ọkàn ẹni yẹn èmi lérò pé èrò ọkàn ẹni yẹn pé láti fi ṣe àwàdà tàbí láti yà fúnra ẹ̀ lóòótọ́ sórí ayélujára o fúnra ẹ̀ náà ni o lóòótọ́ sórí ayélujára láti pa àwọn èèyàn lẹ́rìn gba ewu tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì o wọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́kìtì o mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá ọmọ yẹn náà pé àwọn náà jẹ́ ọmọlúàbí wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó gbọ́rọ̀ sí òfin ìjọba ọmọ tó bí fúnra ẹ̀ nínú ọmọ tó bí fúnra ẹ̀ ó ní kó má lọ rìn àjò ó lọ pàtó dé ní kìí inú ilé tèmi yìí ló padà wá o wà á kọ́kọ́ lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò wà á dẹ̀ dúró sí wọ́n máa dúró sí fún ọjọ́ 14 ó tó dípò lè wọnú ilé ṣe rí tá a bá ní irú àwọn tí gbogbo bá ní irú ọkàn báyìí sí coronavirus tí gbogbo bá ní irú èròǹgbà báyìí tá a bá ní irú ìròrí báyìí pé ká má gbàlejò kankan ilé ìṣàlejò ọmọ bíbí inú ẹ̀ tó o bá ti kúrò nílé tó bá ti kúrò níbi tí mo lọ sí ìlú tí wọ́n ti ní coronavirus tó bá ti dé o gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ lọ fi ara pamọ́ síbì kan fún ọjọ́ 14 kó tó di pé àgbà ìpadà sínú àwùjọ.
àyẹ̀wò tún gbọ́dọ̀ tún fi múlẹ̀.
lẹ́yìn tó bá ti wà á tún ṣe àyẹ̀wò lẹ́yìn tó bá ti fi ara pamọ́ fún ọjọ́ 14 tán wà á tún ṣe àyẹ̀wò láti rí i pé lóòótọ́ ti dángájíá láti wà ní àwùjọ. mo fẹ́ kí bàbá yẹn pé ìgbésẹ̀ gidi ni wọ́n gbé mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwa tí a máa ń sọ gbọ́ nǹkan di àwàdà àti nǹkan tó bá jẹ́ bí ẹ̀mí bóyá àwọn náà kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lára ọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé kì í ṣe gbọ́ nǹkan ni a fi ń ṣeré kì í ṣe gbọ́ nǹkan ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ rí ẹni tí gómìnà yàn ni ibi tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ti ìkan alábàáṣepọ̀ gómìnà ni ibi tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ti lágbára nìyẹn ẹ̀ ń tẹ́rù tó ipò adarí ló wa ó yẹ kó bùwà bí adarí ni ó yẹ kó ṣàkíyèsí bí adarí kódà ó yẹ kó o lè bọ́mọ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ pé kó o náà kò yẹ kó wọnú ilé yẹn tó wá fi ń di pé òun fi fóònù rẹ̀ ya fọ́nrán torí pé ó fẹ́ fi bóyá àwọn ni ó fẹ́ fi wọ́n ṣẹ̀sìn ó fẹ́ fi wọ́n pa ó fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn máa fi wọ́n pa mìíràn kó máa fi wọ́n ṣàwàdàgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kìtì o mo mọ̀ pé òun náà yóò ti kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ lára tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yìí àwa tó tàdé kù náà káwa náà kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lára tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí.
ẹ ṣe ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunṣínà ìbéèrè mi ó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìgbésẹ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó dàbẹ̀ ni pé ẹ̀kọ́ ti fojú mímu hàn pé lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday iṣẹ́ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn Òsọ́kà tó sì dàbẹ̀ ni pé ṣáájú náà ni ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ń sọ pé kí awọ́ náà bí gbogbo èèyàn ó ṣe máa lo ìbòmú àti ìbò ẹnu tí a bá mọ̀ pé a fẹ́ lọ sí ibi tí èrò bá wà àmọ́ tíṣẹ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday ìbéèrè tí ń tawọ́ tasẹ̀ nú àwọn èèyàn rẹ̀ bó láti ṣe àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ èrò sí àwọn ọkọ̀ kan wà tó jẹ́ pé kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ní farakanra tẹ́ ẹ bá jókòó bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ò ṣe bùn mi ẹlòmíì ò sì fẹ́ gbé èèyàn méjì gan síwájú bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni lórí ọ̀kadà àwọn ọlọ́jà ńkọ́ ṣé gbogbo wọn ló ti yé àwọn ọmọ tí ń kiri nǹkan kọ́ báwo la ṣe ṣe àbí ọ̀nà wo lérò pé ìjọba lè gbégbà tí kìíní yìí kò fi ní di tọrọ fọ́nkálẹ̀ sí fọ́nkẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe nǹkan tí màá kọ sọ ni pé ọlọ́run àgbà lọ fìtínà ọlọ́run àgbà lọ wàhálà ọlọ́run àgbà ṣẹ́gun coronavirus yìí ó ti fi hàn dájú ṣáká pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ní èrò kankan wọn ò ní èrògbà kankan láti kojú coronavirus yìí. n tó sọ fún wa ní ọjọ́ ajé yẹn ni pé tó bá ti di ọjọ́ 4 oṣù karùn-ún á ṣì yín lẹ̀ o ó wá ku ẹ̀yìn àtọ́lọ́yìn ó kù yín ó kù ara yín tó Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà tó wá ti mú Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà báwọn ìjọba wa pò ní tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹni káwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ padà láàrin aago 9 sí aago 6 ìbéèrè táwa béèrè ni pé kí wàá dẹni ká jókòó sílé fún tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tá a jókòó sílé kó tó di pé wọ́n ní kọ́ọ̀tì àwọn ibì kan àwọn gbogbo ń dá ní orílẹ̀-èdè àwọn tó ní kòrónà ní orílẹ̀-èdè àwọn 111 111 gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè pátápátá nígbà yẹn dẹ̀rẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ìpínlẹ̀ Àbújá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àtọ̀ṣun nìkan ni wọ́n ní nígbà yẹn ní ìsìn kò fẹ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ tí ó ti sí coronavirus kò fẹ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ àti ní àárọ̀ ìsìn àti ní 1007 ó kù díẹ̀ kó pé 2,000 ní coronavirus láti ní
ìtílé oṣù bá
tọ́lá sí ìmọ̀ye tí níjẹta 195 àná 196 àti ìmọ̀ye tí àtúgbà lónìí báyìí ẹ wá ní káwọn èèyàn máa lọ bí iṣẹ́ n táwọn sọ ni pé tẹ́ bá ní káwọn èèyàn máa lọ bí iṣẹ́ kí ni àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ ti gbé ẹ rò pínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fún àpẹẹrẹ ẹ má bínú ṣé wọn gbọ́dọ̀ pé adíṣe bí ọ̀la rí
yóò jẹ́ ṣe bí bá bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́
wọ́n máa fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn máa wo ìgbésẹ̀ tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ń gbé kẹwàá wò kódà ṣé ó yẹ kí wọ́n wù àbáyé ẹ wo wọ́n ní ẹ̀yin òṣìṣẹ́ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ àmọ́ ẹ̀yin òṣìṣẹ́ wà nípele 13 sókè nìkan àná
tí wọ́n sì dá nìkan ní ọ́fíìsì tí ò ń sí wípé
èèyàn mẹ́ta èèyàn mẹ́rin
sí ojú ibì kan náà.
nígbà tí mo ní kémi náà lọ ṣe bóyá òótọ́ ni wọ́n sọ kó má yẹ pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ orí rédíò mi tó bá ní kémi náà lọ bẹ̀ kí n lọ bóyá òótọ́ ni.
ẹ lò bò mú lọ tó yẹ kán lè yín padà.
mọ jẹ́ wọlé o wọ́n ní kí n pe ẹni tí mo fẹ́ lọ bá kí n pè lórí fóònù kó sọ fún wọn pé olówó ní ń wá bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ kí n padà síbi tí mo ti ń bọ̀.
tọ́ lọba tán.
tẹ̀bádà rí di aago 7 bí àwọn ará mi mọ ọpọlọ àwọn ibi tèmi ti máa ń dé o láwọn gbòòrò Ìbàdàn tèmi máa ń gbà lọ lé mi tó bá ti di aago 7 ń gbà mí màá mọ̀ pé ẹja wò sáwọn èèyàn àwọn èèyàn wọlé o kódà láti bí aago 6 àbọ̀là yóò ti mọ̀ sáré lọlé.
ẹgbà sójà ọ̀dà
torí pé ìlanilọ́yẹ ti wà á pè nǹkan kan ní enforcement ẹ̀rín gbà tí mo ń bọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí ẹ rí i pé nínú èèyàn 4 tẹ bá rí èèyàn 3 nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló ìbò nínú èèyàn 4 tẹ bá rí
oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀ láti ẹ̀ wá rí
àǹkárá aláṣọ ìborùn ara gbogbo ẹ̀ káàtì pé káàkiri.
gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ iyì àwọn àyàwó yín àǹkárá parán kù yín.
so ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni mo ti rí torí pé ìlanilọ́yẹ pọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ so a lè sọ pé ẹ wò fún àpẹẹrẹ ní mo gbọ́ tí ẹni tó jẹ́ ọ̀gá àgbà fún NCDC wọ́n ní pé àwọn fẹ́ ṣe àyẹ̀wò fún èèyàn 2 million ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó nìkan ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àwọn ti ṣe àyẹ̀wò fún 1.5 million orílẹ̀-èdè wà láwọn fẹ́ ṣe 2 million láàrin oṣù mẹ́ta torí kíni.
ṣáàjú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
torí kíni nígbà tí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó bá ní àwọn ní èròǹgbà láti ṣe àyẹ̀wò fún 1.5 million people tí ẹ̀yin àjọ àpapọ̀ sọ ẹ fẹ́ ṣe 2 million torí kíni so ó ti fi hàn dájú ṣáká pé ààbò wa ìlera wa lọ́wọ́ coronavirus yìí ọwọ́ ara wa ló wà àtọwọ́ Ọlọ́run mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ wá lórúkọ Ọlọ́run àwa arápínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n sọ pé àwọn nǹkan kan wà tí wọ́n sọ pé ká máa lò àmọ́ tí WHO àti àwọn elétò ìlera àjọ ìlera àgbáyé tí wọ́n ti fòǹtẹ̀lù bó bá ètò ìlera àgbáyé mu world standard practice àmọ́ ohun táwọn náà bá lè ṣe láti rí i pé immune system wa ara wa ohun tí ó jẹ́ ká ara wa lè dáadáa
àwọn
èròjà tí ó jẹ́ kí àrùn wọlé sára wa tó lè gbógun ti àrùn
sójà ara
ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà máa lò ó dàbí ẹni pé ìjọba papọ̀ yìí wọn ò ní èrò kankan wọn ò ní ètò kankan tó yanrantí fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ní kán bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ẹni káwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìtumọ̀ tó sọ ni pé láti ìpele ìkíní sí ìpele tó ga jù ní òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ẹ lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní rárá o ìpele 13 tó ní ọ́fíìsì tí ẹnìkan ní kò bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin iléèwé ẹ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ báyìí nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ pé 10 níbì kan ìtakété gbọ́dọ̀ wà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àbí ẹ wà retí pé ó da afẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ààrẹ wa kí ààrẹ wa náà sọ fún wa pé nǹkan báyìí nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ́ ní ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ni pé káwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ nǹkan tó kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn wọn ò kọ́ àwọn tó kù tó yẹ kó kọ́ lára ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọn ò kọ́ kò dẹ̀ tó dá tó bí ẹni pé nǹkan mọ̀ fẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn wéwu nìyẹn.
Ọlọ́run á ṣàánú wa ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun níbi tí wọ́n ní àwọn aráabí láti Zamfara wọ́n ní wọ́n ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ nínú ọkọ̀ akẹ́rù àwọn akẹ́rù lé wọn lórí èmi ò fara pamọ́ síbi ara bọ́dì mọ́tò ṣáwọn gbé mi lọ bá ti débi tá à ń lọ kí n bọ́lẹ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti wá ké gbàjarè báyìí ọ̀nà owó lẹ́rọ pé a lè gbà láti pinwọ́ ìwà yìí pẹ̀lú pé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ààbò ń wà ní ẹnu bodè láti dènà pé kí àwọn èèyàn wọlé tàbí jáde ọ̀nà owó la lè gbà dẹ́kun ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí báyìí.
pẹ̀lú ọkàn rẹ̀lẹ̀ àti pé mi ò ní lọ́kàn láti sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀lọ́fàṣà sí àwọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àmọ́ èmi ò rí ìdí tó yẹ kí wọ́n fi ké gbàjarè síta.
kí ló dé.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ni aláṣẹ ìpínlẹ̀ àwọn olóyìnbó ní ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ìjọba government wọ́n wá sọ fún wa pé gómìnà ni CSO ìpínlẹ̀
Chief Security Officer
ààbò ìpínlẹ̀ ààbò àwọn ará ìlú yẹn ó gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kókó ní ọkàn gómìnà tí ó bá ti mú ààbò àti àlàáfíà àwọn ènìyàn ní kókó kò yẹ láti di gómìnà bóòlù ẹ sọ fún wa pé àwọn èèyàn wọnú ìlú yín ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ́ tó wà ń ta báyìí ẹ̀yin gómìnà lẹ ṣe pàdé fúnra yín pé ẹ jẹ́ ká ti gbogbo ẹ̀nà olóró wa kí ẹnikẹ́ni máa wọlé láti Zamfara ẹ wo àwọn tí wọ́n ní kòrónà lánàá láàrin ìpínlẹ̀ 10 tí wọ́n bẹ dárúkọ yàtọ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ìpínlẹ̀ 9 tó kù ilẹ̀ Haúsá ní Òkè Ọya ní bó lẹ ṣe gbà káwọn èèyàn máa ti Òkè Ọya wọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pẹ̀lú bí tí nǹkan dé báyìí pẹ̀lú tó pẹ̀ dé dúró yìí ní tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ni pé ẹ farabalẹ̀ wo gbogbo ọkọ̀ tó bá wọn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àwọn tó bá jẹ́ essential bóyá ń kó oúnjẹ bọ̀ àbò ń kó nǹkan oògùn bọ̀ ẹ wò dáadáa ẹ wò kó má di pé wọ́n torí ẹnìkan mo sọ nǹkan kan ní oṣù tó kọjá nígbà tí corona bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo ní tẹ́ bá wo Iran tàbí Italy ẹnìkan ló máa ń dá wàhálà ilẹ̀ ẹnìkan tó ti gbọ́ ọ̀làrùn yìí àmọ́ tí ó ní àìkàsí gbé kò sí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ni kò sí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ àrùn olówó ni gbégbé mọ̀kúnnù òun ló máa kó bá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ẹ má gba ẹnikẹ́ni láàyè láti wọ ìpínlẹ̀ yín títí kìíní yóò fi lọ àfàwọn tó máa ń kó oúnjẹ àbí oògùn wọlé àwọn yẹn dẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ ṣe àyẹ̀wò fínífíní fún wọn fínífíní láti rí pé wọn kì í ṣe alákòóbá àti wọn fẹ́ dá wàhálà alẹ́ sí lọ́rùn ṣé mi ò rí ìdí kankan tó yẹ kí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fi ké gbàjarè ètò àfi ké gbàjarè yẹn kán gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀ bá ti mú pé ó ṣe ohun tí ò gbó ṣe nígbà tí ẹ̀dá padà tó ti ń bọ̀ tàbí kẹ́ mo lọ sí ibi tẹ́ fi àwọn kòrónà pamọ́ sí.
ọmọ jẹun bẹ.
ẹ ṣe àtúnpadà bọ̀.
ẹja tẹ̀síwájú. iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ti jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé èèyàn 10 péré ló péjú síbi ètò ìsìnkú olórí ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò aṣáájú àpapọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Bọ́lá Tinubu èèyàn Alhaji Lateef Rahim tó jáláìsí alárinà iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Bọ́lá Ilkana ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n kódà síbẹ̀ wọn ò sí lára àwọn tó kópa níbi ètò ìsìnkú ọ̀hún o nítorí iṣẹ́ ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn ń ṣe tí wọ́n sì ń lé àwọn abánikẹ́dùn àtàwọn alábàágbépọ̀ Alhaji Lateef Rahim sẹ́yìn láti má ṣe kópa níbi ètò ìsìnkú ọ̀hún alárinà iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó tún ṣàfọ̀mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lẹ́yìn tí òun wòye ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ láwùjọ Jùmọ́ Abíọ́dún fi lẹ́tà kan ṣọwọ́ sí gómìnà Babájídé Sanwó-Olú pé ọlọ́pàá 50 ló péjú síbi ètò ìsìnkú Alhaji Lateef Rahim náà ṣáájú ní aṣíwájú Tinubu ti jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé àwọn àmì tó farapẹ́ ti kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà ló dẹ̀mí olórí ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò rẹ̀ náà légbodò tí wọ́n ti sín sínú ilé rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ Ẹtì tó kọjá.
wọ́n ní ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti pín owó tó tó bílíọ̀nù lọ́nà 24 náírà fún àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ kan lábẹ́ ètò ìrànwọ́ báńkì àgbáyé èyí ni àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ 24 ìjọba àpapọ̀ náà ni wọ́n pín owó tó tó bílíọ̀nù lọ́nà 24 náírà gẹ́gẹ́ bí owó ìrànwọ́ fún àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ 24 kan tí wọ́n ní wọ́n kójú òṣùwọ̀n láti gba owó yìí o ọ̀gbẹ́ni Hasan Dodo ẹni tí ó jẹ́ adarí ètò ìròyìn àti ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ ní ilé-iṣẹ́ tó wà fún ètò òṣùná àti ààtò gbogbo lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí náà ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o lánàá ní ìlú Àbújá nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tó fi ta o Dodo sọ pé mínísítà tó wà fún ọ̀rọ̀ ètò òṣùná lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí abilékọ Zainab Ahmed ní pé owó yìí ló wà fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí wọ́n kójú òṣùwọ̀n tí wọ́n ní àkóyawọ́ pẹ̀lú ohun tí wọ́n ń ṣe èyí tí báńkì àgbáyé gbé kalẹ̀ fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ wọn ó ní ó jẹ́ owó yá láti ọ̀dọ̀ báńkì tó wà fún ìdàgbàsókè lábẹ́ báńkì àgbáyé ó ní wọ́n pín owó yìí fún àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí wọ́n rí i pé wọ́n ń ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú ohun tí wọ́n ń ṣe o àyẹ̀wò tí wọ́n ní ọ́fíìsì olùṣirò owó àgbà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí léwájú rẹ̀ òun náà ni ó jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n kójú òṣùwọ̀n tí wọ́n sì ń ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ pé àwọn ń ṣe o mínísítà Zainab Ahmed sọ pé àwọn fún wọn ní owó yìí o ní àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ yìí lára àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fún lówó yìí náà láti rí ìpínlẹ̀ Abia ìpínlẹ̀ Adamawa Bauchi Benue ìpínlẹ̀ Delta Edo Èkìtì Enugu Gombe Jigawa Kaduna Kano Katsina Kebbi Kogi ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara ìpínlẹ̀ Niger Ondo Ogun Ọ̀yọ́ tí a ní àyín Ọ̀ṣun Sokoto Taraba àti ìpínlẹ̀ Yobe.
èèyàn mọ́kàndínláàádọ́ta níjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ti ní ara wọn ti yá gágá lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n jàjàbọ́ lọ́wọ́ kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà tí wọ́n sì ti ní kí wọ́n máa lọ sílé láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà nítorí pé ìtọ́jú tí wọ́n gbà ti mú wọn lára yá ọkùnrin 21 àti obìnrin 28 tó fi mọ́ ọmọ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè kan làwọn èèyàn ọ̀hún iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí mímọ̀ lójú òpó ìtàkùn àgbáyé Twitter rẹ̀ ó ní wọ́n ti yọ̀ǹda àwọn èèyàn náà tó gba ìtọ́jú níbùdó ìtọ́jú àrùn tó wà ní Yaba àti Oníkan lẹ́yìn tí àyẹ̀wò fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ pé wọ́n ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ COVID-19.
dúró dèmí má ti lọ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó lèmi náà fẹ́ tẹ̀kọ́ létí rẹ báyìí jẹ́ àjọ̀dún lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rù ń bọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ COVID-19 yìí náà ni o Sanwó-Olú ti sọ pé àwọn olófòfó náà ni àwọn mọ̀ lò láti mú àwọn tí wọ́n bá lògbàdì òfin ìjọba lọ́wọ́ yìí tí ń ṣe òfin kónílógbélé àbí ìséde tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó gómìnà Babájídé Sanwó-Olú gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ti sọ pé ìlànà àǹtúrò ẹni fún náà ni àwọn mọ̀ lò báyìí o láti mú gbogbo àwọn kò lọ̀rọ̀ sí tí wọn ò tẹ̀lé òfin fìdímọ́lé tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ gbé kalẹ̀ o ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà lánàá ọjọ́rú ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbi ìpàdé oníròyìn kan tó gbé kalẹ̀ ní agbègbè Marina ní ìlú Èkó ó ní iṣẹ́ àwọn atúnifó yìí náà ni láti mọ̀ sọ fún ìjọba níbi tí wọ́n bá gbére àwọn kan tí wọ́n kóra jọ pọ̀ sí yálà àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn Islam ni àbí ti Kristẹni kò bá sì ṣe ẹgbẹ́ àbí lájọ tí kìí ṣe ti ìjọba pé tí wọ́n bá ti rí wọn pé kí wọ́n yára tètè ta àwọn lólobó òun náà ni o iṣẹ́ tí àwọn èèyàn yìí wà fún wọn nítorí pé àwọn ti kẹ́fí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ilé ìjọsìn òun náà ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe ìsìn tí wọ́n sì tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ra wọn nínú ilé wọn ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ẹlòmíì gan wọn ni wọn ò nílò ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá o tí wọ́n sì rọra mọ́ kọrin tí wọ́n mọ̀ ṣèsìn wọn lábẹ́lé ó ní ṣèbí ìjà pàkíyèlè làpàkíyèlè ń gbé ó ní àwọn ò mọ báwọn tó ṣe fẹ́ sọ fún àwọn èèyàn pé àwọn èèyàn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò kàn kí gbọ́ràn náà ni o pé tí àwọn tí ìjọba bá sì wá ṣe tiẹ̀ báyìí yóò wá dàbí ẹni pé ìjọba ò mọ Ọlọ́run wọn ni báwo làwọn tó ṣe fẹ́ sọ sí ó ní ìdílé tí àwọn fi ń wòye pé kí àwọn gbé àwọn kan kalẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì máa ta àwọn lólobó pé wọ́n ti ń ṣèsìn ń bí báyìí wọ́n ti ń kírun ń bí báyìí wọ́n ń ṣèwé wọ́n ń ṣe pàtí ń bí báyìí wọ́n ní àwọn ti ń gbèrò láti gbé ìgbìmọ̀ yìí kalẹ̀ ó ní àwọn ò mọ̀ fi tó àwọn èèyàn létí bí kinní ọ̀hún ó ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ sí o nígbà tí ó bá yá gómìnà ṣe àlàyé pé àwọn gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí torí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ààrẹ sọ pé àwọn ò dẹkun òfin kónílógbélé láti ọjọ́ Ajé lọ pé eléyìí nìkan náà ni ó lè yọ àwọn ó ní àwọn wá rọ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn pátápátá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó lóde wa Nàìjíríà láti tẹ̀lé gbogbo òfin tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti ti ìpínlẹ̀ gbàgbé kalẹ̀ fún àǹfààní ara wa náà ni o.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunṣínà ó sún kàn yín ìbéèrè tèmi dá lórí àwọn èèyàn tó kópa níbi ètò ìsìnkú olórí ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò Senator Ahmed Bọ́lá Tinubu tí mo fẹ́ bèrè ni pé wọ́n ní ẹni tí wọ́n fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé àwọn àmì tó fara pẹ́ ti kòkòrò kòrónà ló gbẹ̀mí ẹ̀ tí wọ́n tún wá sin sínú ilé ṣé ó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àbí ojú wo lẹ́yìn fi.
ṣé mo pé mo máa ń sọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè pé àparò kan ga jù kan lọ àparò kan ga jù kan lọ ní orílẹ̀‐èdè.
àwọn ẹni tó gorí ebè.
no ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ní ìṣòro àparò láì gorí ebè kankan ní orílẹ̀‐èdè wa yìí àparò kan ó ga jù kan lọ ṣe rí òfin tọ́nà àwọn òfin Nàìjíríà yẹn àwa kan lòfin mú àwọn òfin àwọn kan o gbogbo ìlànà yẹn ó láwọn kan tó fọwọ́ àwọn kan tó yẹ pé àwọn kan tó ṣe ń lọ tó ń fò lórí afẹ́fẹ́ o àwọn wà àwọn kan tó jáde nǹkan tí o nílò láti jáde Nàìjíríà ni pé kó kàn ní jíìpù ńlá kọ́kọ́ ọlọ́kọ̀ tó tóbi kò sì ní bí afẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ àbí 5 àbí 10 tó lè kún lójú ọ̀nà ó débi ó ń lọ ṣe rí tí ẹ bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìbéèrè tí màá bi àwọn èèyàn ni pé ǹjẹ́ àwọn tó kù tí wọ́n kú nípasẹ̀ coronavirus yìí ṣé wọ́n yànda òkú tí wọ́n náà fáwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn láti lọ sin wọ́n síbi tó wù wọ́n ni. àwọn tó kù àti ní èèyàn 51 people tí wọ́n ti kú nípasẹ̀ coronavirus yìí ṣé àwọn náà tábà yọ àwọn ẹni bí ẹni àwọn èèyàn bí èèyàn láàrin wọn àwọn bí olórí òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba àti àwọn kan ṣá láàrin wọn tábà yọ wọn kúrò níbi àwọn tó kù fọdísọ́mì tó kù ṣé wọ́n fi òkú wọn lẹ̀ padà fáwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn ni ṣé mo tó sọ fún wa ni pé téèyàn bá ti kú nípasẹ̀ coronavirus ìjọba ló máa pinnu bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe òkú ẹ̀ ìjọba ló ní òkú ẹ̀
ó ti dòkú
ìjọba kí ló délé ìyàtọ̀ kí ló dé tẹ́lẹ̀ ìyàtọ̀ ṣé torí pé bí wọ́n ṣe sọ fún wa ní Bashir Ahmed tí wọ́n jẹ́ amúgbálẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ fún ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari nígbà tí a bá Kyari wọ́n sọ lórí ẹ̀rọ abẹ́rẹ́fọ́ Twitter wọn sọ fún wọn pé ṣáà mọ̀ pé Abba Kyari ṣe yàn lásán wọn kì í ṣe lásán ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí so àwọn yàn lásán ni wọ́n lè kú kí wọ́n kàn ṣe bó ṣe wù wọ́n so mo fẹ́ ó dàbí ẹni pé ẹni tó kú iná bóyá àwọn náà kì í ṣe yàn lásán torí ẹ̀jẹ̀ kan ló wà nínú ara titi wọn kì í ṣe ogun náà lára titi wọn àparò kan ga jù kan lọ ní ohun tí ò dá rárá dẹ̀ ni pé orílẹ̀-èdè tó jẹ́ pé ìjọba warawa ni à ń ṣe ó tún á jẹ́ pé ẹni yìí jẹ́ olóṣèlú olórí ètò ààbò fún olóṣèlú tó láàmìlaka ni ó yẹ káwọn náà fi ipa rere lélẹ̀ fún wa ni láti rí pé láti fi kọ́ wa pé àparò kan kò ga jù kan lọ ó yẹ káwọn náà fi òkú ilẹ̀ fún ìjọba ni pé ìjọba ẹ ṣe bó ṣe wù yín gbogbo àwọn dókù tó ti kú àkókò gbọ́ pé wọ́n gbé òkú wọn fáwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn àkókò gbọ́ bó ṣe sí wọn kí ló dé délé wa yàtọ̀ kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunsina lórí òfin tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó fẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ pé àwọn atúnifó làwọn mọ̀ lò èyí tí a mọ̀ sí whistleblower pé òun làwọn mọ̀ lò láti mọ̀ mú àwọn tí wọn ò bá tẹ̀lé òfin ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá mo kànú ìwé ìròyìn pé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo ilé ìjọsìn kan wà tí wọ́n ń ṣèsìn wọ́n wá ti ilẹ̀kùn síta wọ́n máa ń kọ gbọ́ pé ẹ̀mí Olúwa nù lé wọ́n ti mú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ pàìtọ̀ wọ́n ti mú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìmáàmù kí la fẹ́ ṣe.
ẹ ṣe mo fẹ́ràn ìbéèrè yẹn dáadáa ṣe rí mo fẹ́ràn ìgbésẹ̀ tí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó fẹ́ gbé àmọ́ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa mọ̀ pé ní ọ̀rọ̀ kòrónà gbogbo wa ní olófòófó ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi nọ́mbà kan síta pé tẹ́ bá rí ibi táwọn èrò ti pọ̀ tó ti péjọ ẹ pè wá ẹ pè nọ́mbà yìí àwọn èèyàn àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ agbófinró àbí àwọn task force member àwọn ikọ̀ amúṣẹ́yà yẹn wọ́n á débẹ̀ wọ́n á lọ bá wọn bẹ̀ so èmi náà ti mú nọ́mbà yẹn mo ti kọ́ sórí fóònù mi ìjọ tí wọ́n ti kọjá tí wọ́n ti di pé àwọn tó wà bí ju 10 lọ yín pè wọ́n ní ẹ wo àbí ilé ìfẹ́ kó bá wa ẹ wá kó wọn bí o ẹ wá kó wọn bí ẹ wá kó wọn bí sẹ́ni bó ṣe yẹ kó rí gbogbo bí pátápátá nìyẹn ẹdẹ gbogbo wa jẹ ẹ fáfọ ní ara wa ni wọn kú ní ká má ṣe ní ọdún tó kọjá tí kòrónà bá lọ ẹ bá kó 1 million ẹ bá kó 5 million àmọ́ ní ìsìn ẹ̀jẹ̀ mọ̀ntà ṣe ẹ̀jẹ̀ mọ̀ntà ṣe.
ọmọ bí àwọn kan ṣe ń mí ní àsìkò yìí tí kò sí ààrẹ mi ṣe.
àti pé mo fẹ́ kí nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ gbóná ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ mo sọ dáadáa ní Elétí Ọ̀fẹ́ pé kájọ nítorí Ọlọ́run mo rọ̀ sí kí bàbá dẹ̀mí náà dẹ̀ sọ́ngbà yẹn pé ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ àwọn olórí ẹlẹ́sìn wa àwọn iṣẹ́ pọ̀ gan lọ́wọ́ wọn ṣé torí mi fẹ́ sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ torí owó rẹ̀ mi fẹ́ sọ pé torí owó rẹ̀
àmọ́ lè nítorí owó rẹ̀ torí ọ̀pọ̀ ilé ìjọsìn náà ni wọ́n ti ní àsùnwọ̀n ilé ìfowópamọ́ tí ẹ fi owó ọrẹ yín owó ọpẹ́ owó lọ́mọ́bọ̀ ẹ fi sí.
so mo fẹ́ fi Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ àwọn olórí ẹ̀sìn tó ń gbọ́ wa torí Ọlọ́run pé coronavirus bá ti lọ àbá pé 1 million a máa fẹ́ ṣe ìwọ́de orí aago sí kò sẹ́ni tí ó dá ọ dúró àmọ́ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́rọ̀ kò sí èmi máa ka bíbélì kò dẹ̀ síbi kankan nínú bíbélì tó fún wa ní àṣẹ láti lòdì láti tàpá sí òfin ìjọba
bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Kùránì
bẹ́ẹ̀ ti Kùránì náà ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká rí i pé àpè mẹ́wàá níbi kankan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ní ìlú Èkó náà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ṣeun.
ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́ à ń padà bọ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín. a ò ṣáà lè máa kéde wípé kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà wà níbi tí kò sí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ibùdó NCDC ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ti sọ yanya lánàá pé irọ́ tó jìnnà sóòótọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí wọ́n ló jáde láti ọ̀dọ̀ olùdarí ibùdó tó ń kápá àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn nílẹ̀ NCDC dókítà Chikwe Ekweazu pé àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí kò tí ì ṣe àkọọ́lẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ní kòkòrò kòrónà ni wọn kò kọbi ara sí i tàbí tí wọn ò tọpasẹ̀ wọn tó ṣeé ṣe kí wọ́n máa ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún ní òkú òru ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi wòye pé ìpínlẹ̀ Kano wà lára àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ mẹ́ta lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí tí ó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n ti ní kòkòrò àrùn kòrónà ó ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ọ̀hún kò sì tí ì ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ ẹnìkankan tó sì ní kòkòrò ọ̀hún ó ní ó yẹ kí ibùdó NCDC kóun náà fúnra rẹ̀ kó máa kéde àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó bá mọ̀ wípé wọ́n ń daṣọ́ bo àwọn èèyàn tó ti ní kòkòrò kòrónà ní ìpínlẹ̀ wọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ní òun tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà gbogbo tí ibùdó NCDC àti àjọ elétò ìlera lágbàáyé là kalẹ̀ o láti lè ṣàwárí àwọn tó ti ní àti láti dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ kòkòrò náà ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún.
ilé ẹjọ́ ti sọ pé bí àwọn dókítà tó wà ní ilé ìwòsàn ìṣègùn ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ní ìlú Enugu ṣe daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ òun náà ni ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó torí pé kò bá òfin mu ni o ilé ẹjọ́ tó ń rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àti ilé iṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti sọ lánàá ọjọ́rú pé bí àwọn dókítà tí wọ́n wà ní ilé ìwòsàn ìṣègùn ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ìlú Enugu tí a túmọ̀ sí ESOT ṣe sọ pé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ mọ́ náà ni kò bá ìlànà òfin mu tẹ́ ẹ bá rántí tẹ́ ẹ bá gbàgbé pé lọ́jọ́ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹrin náà ni àwọn dókítà yìí kò lé ìyanṣẹ́lódì ò torí pé ìjọba kùnà láti mọ àdéhùn wọn wá sí ìmúṣẹ ṣé wọ́n sì ní ká sọ̀rọ̀ ká bàbẹ́ òun náà ní iye ọmọ ènìyàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àjọ orísun ìròyìn ilẹ̀ wa yìí sọ pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni kan tí wọ́n pe orúkọ rẹ̀ ní Mba Oscar yìí sọ pé ṣe ni àwọn dókítà túgò lé ìyanṣẹ́lódì lẹ́yìn tí ìjọba ti gba ìwé ilé ẹjọ́ èyí tó dá wọn lọ́wọ́ kọ́ láti mọ́ lọ fún ìyanṣẹ́lódì náà onídàájọ́ O.O. Arúṣẹ̀gbẹ́ni Mba ló gbé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí wá sí ilé ẹjọ́ lórúkọ àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Enugu nípasẹ̀ agbẹjọ́rò rẹ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Princewell Ago wọ́n fẹ́ kí wọ́n pa láṣẹ fún àwọn dókítà yìí láti padà sí ibi iṣẹ́ wọn kí wọ́n sì ṣe ìwélé ìyanṣẹ́lódì náà Ago sọ fún ilé ẹjọ́ pé oníbàárà wọn ló ní ìpòrúurú ọkàn lọ́jọ́ 17 oṣù kẹrin yìí nígbà tí ìyàwó rẹ̀ gbé àwọn ìbejì rẹ̀ lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn fún ìtọ́jú tó sì wá bá ilé ìwòsàn náà ní títìpa o tí àwọn dókítà sì sọ pé àwọn ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ o pàápàá jùlọ ó ní ṣe ó yẹ kó níbẹ̀ pàápàá jùlọ lásìkò tí COVID-19 tí à ń bá wọ̀ yáàjà lóde wa Nàìjíríà ó ní pé kò dáa tó pé kí wọ́n ya tètè wá nǹkan ṣe sí náà ni o tí onídàájọ́ Arúṣẹ̀gbẹ́ sì sún ìgbẹ́jọ́ di 20 oṣù karùn-ún yúni ọdún tá a wà yìí o.
ó jẹ́ ká fún àwọn aráalé ní àǹfààní láti dá sí àwọn ìròyìn tá a ti kà lórí ìròyìn elétí ọ̀fẹ́ fún ti àárọ̀ yìí nọ́mbà tá a fi pè wá náà kò yí padà 08055009850 tàbí 09025038006.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ orúkọ yín bá ti.
ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ sọ orúkọ yín àti tẹ̀ tí ń pè wá sà.
orúkọ mi ti sílé adédìgbà.
láti bó sà.
láti rí kèrè.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sà o.
ọ̀rọ̀ tó ìdúró adó ti wá o.
àmì o.
lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹgbẹ́ tí ìyá ọ̀sọ́ máa mọ ṣé ìyá ọ̀sọ́ ọmọ àbí ṣé a máa mọ ìyá ọ̀sọ́ ju ìyá ọ̀sọ́ lọ ni. nígbà tí ìwọ ní tó ọmọ òun jáde lé kẹ́nìkan wá fi ṣèkí tí wọ́n bá yóò dáa ọlọ́run máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ o. ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ẹgbẹ́ wa náà ń lo àwọn àmọ̀tọ́tò wa o láti máa jókòó kí àwọn tí wọ́n jáde lọ ìpè lọ abẹ́òkúta yóò olúwo ti wá wà ní dààmú o.
àmín ẹ ṣé àdúpẹ́ sà. 08055009850 tàbí 09025038006.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ ma o.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sa o orúkọ yín àti tẹ́tí pé wá.
yes abdulrahim ló ń pè ní láti fátúnṣe.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sa.
à ń gbọ́ yín sà.
ẹ kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ lu ọlọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe o.
àmì o
àbúrò o.
àmì o àmì o.
èyí tí mi fẹ́ dá sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọgbọ́n tí àwọn atiláwí wa àwọn ará òkè ọ̀yà kẹ́ńdá ẹ̀fíndọ́gbọ́n rápálá wọ sàǹfàrà kẹ́ńdọ́gbọ́n wọ ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀ṣun. ẹ dákun tó lọ lọ́hùn ojú òní tiwa ẹ bá wa ran Olúwaṣèyí ọmọ Mákindé lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin media house torí ọlọ́hun kí irú àwọn formations yẹn náà ní báńkì wa náà ní Ìkirè àti other places tó wọ̀ ọ̀jọ́ kẹ́ lọ́mọ sọ àwọn Haúsá yẹn along express làwọn ń gbé àárín wọn bàbú ní ẹ ń kó wọn tí wọ́n ti bàtà làwọn ń kó bọ̀ tí wọ́n pè é iṣu làwọn ń kó bọ̀ pé wọ́n ti ń pọ̀ jù wọ́n ń wọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ náà iye àwọn èèyàn méjì mẹ́ta tí bá ń bá ọjà oúnjẹ bọ̀ láti ìpínlẹ̀ wọn ọjọ́ ńbẹ yẹn ni wọ́n ń já wọ́n sí kẹ́sì pọ̀ Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa wọ́n ti kàbẹ́wò yẹn lọ́njú o ojú òní tiwa Ọlọ́run ọba yóò là wá o.
àmì o.
wọ́n mọ́ bàdà àti Ọ̀yọ́ jẹ́ o.
àmì o ẹ ṣé o.
ẹ ṣeun.
ẹgbẹ́ dákun ẹ ṣé o.
yes sir. nọ́mbà tí ẹ fi lè pè wá o náà ni 08055009850. hello.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
yes sà orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ti ń pè wá sà.
evangelist Adébáyọ̀ from Leventis.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
lórí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè ni wípé bíbélì wípé orílẹ̀‐èdè olódodo ló máa gbórílẹ̀‐èdè lékè àìṣòdodo wa ló fìyà ń jẹ wá. ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ń sọ ẹlẹ́nìkan lọ gba òkú tiẹ̀ ó lọ sín sílẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ níbi tá a máa ti ń bẹ Ọlọ́run ká máa ṣòfófó ó dìgbà tí gbogbo wa padà sọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run kẹ́ tó lè rúgbìn kòró. irú ẹni ìgbà tí ìjọba kan bọ̀wọ̀ fófin àwọn tí wọ́n léèyàn ẹni ká máa rẹ̀ sí wọn irú ẹni tó sì òkú sílé wọn lè ti mọ́lé olórí òṣìṣẹ́ tó kú tán lọ bí 1 million bẹ́ẹ̀ á gbọ́ pé wọ́n ti ẹnìkan kan mọ́lé òótọ́ sọnù lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí kọ́lọ́hún gbà wá.
àmín.
ẹ ṣeun sà.
ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́. a ní àǹfààní láti gba ìpè kan sí méjì sí kó tó di pé àtàtà pèsè ní orí ètò 08055009850 tàbí 09025038006.
hello.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. ẹ káàárọ̀.
orúkọ yín ibo lẹ ti ń pè wá.
yes sà orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ti ń pè wá sà.
orúkọ mi ni Bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ògùnjìnà láti Odò Ọba Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́.
à ń gbọ́ yín sà.
ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìlú o.
yes sir.
àmọ̀ràn tí màá gba olórí wa gọ́kùnrin Ṣèyí Mákindé.
yes sir.
òun náà ní pé irú tẹ́lẹ̀ ìbomú yẹn wọ́n wà àfẹ́lẹ́lú dáadáa tí gbogbo èèyàn máa lò then sanitizers tí gbogbo èèyàn máa lò so yóò tán dín ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn yóò tán dín kù jọjọ so a nílùú gbàdé àìsàn àbò náà yóò tó fẹ́ni kọ̀ọ̀kan wa.
àmín ẹ ṣeun. mo bẹ́ẹ̀ ni rẹ́yọ̀ kan sí ká tó mọ̀ lọ.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti sọ fún àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn tó ránṣọ pé kàn ṣe gbómú
mílíọ̀nù kan
tó lé mílíọ̀nù kan wọ́n sì há fún àwọn èèyàn ni lọ́dẹ̀ fún pé wọ́n ti há fún àwọn èèyàn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ mo mọ̀ wọ́n ti há fún àwọn èèyàn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ní gbòòrò láìpẹ́ yóò kàn wá náà.
hello. ẹ káàárọ̀ o orúkọ yín ibo lẹ ti ń pè wá o.
Adétúnjì Afọlábí láti Ògbóyè èdè Ọ̀tún.
ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ sókè sà ẹ tán.
yóò bá ní ẹgbẹ́ ìdìbò kòtò.
ó kára yòókù ló gbọ́n.
ẹ jọ amẹ̀tọ́ yín ló fi tí ìṣòro ọ̀sùn yẹn kò dáa tó bẹ́ẹ̀. gómìnà tó kíbi síta torí tó gbogbo àǹfààní èèyàn ní Ọ̀yọ́ ń bí yìí àwọn èèyàn ń wọlé láti ẹyẹ ń kọrin.
ẹyẹ ń kọrin.
ní ìpínlẹ̀
Kwara sí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́.
wọ́n wọlé sí Ọ̀yọ́ àti Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ àtọ̀tún dáadáa tó ẹni tó kígbe yẹn ó dẹ̀ tó fẹ́ ṣe tó ṣe gbà wọ́n pé àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ló máa kú ta ẹyẹ mọ̀jẹ̀ ká máa rò pé bóyá àwọn gómìnà yẹn mú ògbọ́n tàbí bákan oníkálukú ló máa bó tilẹ̀ tọ́jú ilé ara rẹ̀.
ẹ ṣeun.
ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́ o.
a ló lè gba
ní àǹfààní láti gba ìpè kankan
ẹ mọ́ bínú ọjọ́ ti lọ. a kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ tí bá wa dá ṣètò a kí ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ fẹ́ pè náà tẹ̀ ráyè wọlé a káwọn èèyàn wa ní Ajílété FM àti Òkè Ògùn FM ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́ o títí ọ̀la táàtò máa pàdé lórí ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́ Táyọ̀ Olúṣọlá lèmi jẹ́ Táyọ̀ láwùjọ pàdé o.
Bùnmi Elégbèje lórúkọ tèmi tí mo ní ká fi rí àtayọ̀ ká fi pàdé Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Michael Ogunṣínà.
ẹ ṣeun.
ẹ ṣe mo fẹ́ kí àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo fẹ́ kí fàṣùkò kí àwọn agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ àti elétò ìlera pé àkúṣẹ́ o àkúṣẹ́ ìlú.
àtàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò náà
ẹṣẹ́ aláàbò náà àti wàhálà àwọn ará ilé náà jẹ́ ká máa fi àdúrà ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n náà lè máa tẹ̀lé làkúkọ́ kọ́
ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́.
ó yá ẹ̀yin ọmọ ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àkójọ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. pálí mílìkì 3 crowns kan fún ìyá Abdul.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
agolo mílìkì